Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking to you. I'd like to welcome all of you aboard my flight. A flight that has promised to take you high, way high up in the sky.
What's up, Kane Nation? We in the building today, baby. We got a lot to talk about, a little bit of time to do it. Miami Hurricanes take on Stanford. Knock them out the box, Rick. Knock them out, Rick. 42-7 victory in the building. If y'all had the opportunity to catch the pregame show, well, see, this is why you can't get control.
Just like yesterday, I'm kicking in the door, waving the 4-4. All they say is 12. Don't hit them no more. Hey, as you know, we were in the building. The Miami Hurricanes took on the Stanford Cardinals at The Rock. And I ain't talking about what The Rock is cooking. I ain't talking about crack rock. I'm talking about the hardest rock in the area. Hard rock. Hey, shout out to everybody who showed love. I had a homecoming at the crib. Hey, Coach, hey, that was a great time. Hey, bro, it's been 20 years. Ain't that crazy? I said it yesterday. It's been 20 years since I've been inside those gates. And I ain't talking about the pearly gates. I'm talking about them hard rock gates. I'm on one. I'm still on the vibe. Hey, it was a homecoming for me. Everybody showed much love. It was, hey, man, we had a blast, man. Hey, bro, let me tell you this. When they have a Benihana's in the freaking stadium, it's a problem for me. Somebody done made it. Bro, a Benihana's in the stadium? You ain't tell me that, Coach. What was that about?
Man, I had to leave a surprise for you, dog. You ain't been there in 20 years. I can't tell you everything that's going on.
Man, that was crazy. But no, we had a good time. Go ahead, man. I ain't mean to bust in, but I did it yesterday. I had to bust in real fast and say a couple things, but no, it was a good time. It was a good time.
This dude here, boy, hey, cats like this, boy, who need enemy. This is my dog 12 in the building. But I see you took the Coach Hayes private jet back to your crib. So, hey, I'm glad you made it back safe, man. I'm back at my Ponderosa as well, and we're going to get into this thing. 42-7, as always. Again, I don't know what it is. When I go down there, it seems like I'll be doing the rain dance, boy, because every time I go, it be raining. Unfortunately, we couldn't do the post-game show afterwards. It was going to be raining. I love y'all to death, but we ain't messing up the equipment, but we here tonight. So we in the building. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like, share, subscribe button, notification bell, all that good stuff. Literally just got back in about 7:15, and we on here live at 8. So we in the building. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to be putting together the good, bad, and ugly, and we're going to put that together as well. So stay tuned for it. It should be popping out in the morning. Anyway, real quick, box score, just to let y'all know, overall, we out yarded them, I guess is the right way to say it. 404 total yards to their 144. To their 144 here. We passed for 205 to their 89, 199 to their 55. We had 25 first downs. They had 8. Let me see here. We had 1 punt. They had 5. We did pretty good in penalties. 5 penalties for 30 yards to their 2 penalties for 10. No one gave up any fumbles. They had 2 interceptions in the building. Let's look at some player stats real quick. I ain't worried about them. Carson Beck was 21 of 28 for 189 in the tub. And then Emory Williams came in for 1 for 2 for 16. Mark Fletcher was the star tonight in the running game for 23 carries, 106 yards, and 3 touchdowns with 4.6 yards. Chris Wheatley-Humphrey, 7 carries, 27 yards. Jordan Lau had 4 carries for 24 yards. Mr. Everything, Malachi Toney had 1 for 13. Gerard Pringle, 3 for 12. And then Shamar Brown, 5 for 9, and so forth. On the receiving end, Toney Johnson, Toney Johnson, 3 for 69 yards. Malachi Toney was 5 for 52. Joshua Moore sighting, 4 for 38. And then y'all can read the rest from there. And then on defense, man, I thought we played pretty stout. Real quick, I'm going to ask you this, 12. What's your one-word response to that game?
It's a compound word. We call it a bounce back. We say bounce back. Compound word, bounce back.
So I just want to make sure what you're referencing. Was it bounce back within the game, or the game itself was a bounce back to Louisville?
Both.
For
Both.
me, and I know y'all gonna be like, Coach, you hate it, but I'm speaking from a coach's perspective. Slow is my word. Now elaborate. What do you mean bounce back?
Well, we had to, I think both words are good. We had to bounce back. The game was it seemed slow from the offensive perspective, but from a defensive perspective, I think we handled business. I said in the pregame show, this is the game where we have to beat the spread. We have to get to the spread, 30 or better. And initially, it didn't look that way. We got there at halftime. It looked like we weren't gonna get there, and then the defense started to turn it up. The Cardinals started to find out that they really weren't supposed to be there. They had some fluke stuff going on, and the defense actually took over. So for us to have beat them by, I believe, 35, I was pleased. I was pleased. I was talking to someone, I think we mentioned this. I was like, in the beginning, what is our identity now as a team? We can elaborate later. Well, who are we? I know you're going to talk about slow. Is that who we are? Or are we going to start slow and then turn it on towards the end? Like, who are we as a team? And the reason why that's important is because, I don't want people to say, oh, well, coach is a hater, we're slow, and, you guys always nitpick at things. We have to realize sometimes that could cost us against better teams. And so, for me, it was a bounce back game. 35 points. That's the best game from a defensive perspective I've seen. Only 7, and that came early in the first quarter. So, all in all, I thought they played very, very well.
To your point, I'll say that, we sitting in the stands, and shout out to everybody we had opportunity to meet, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I know the weather was a little crappy at the beginning during the tailgate. Shout out to my man X from Canesville in the building, man. Hospitality boy. He had them chicken wings jumping. He got a special recipe, man. And I think they dropped about 5 of them things on the floor. So rest in peace to the chicken wing. But what I'll say is, to your point, expectations can be a mood killer. And my expectations, especially coming off a loss to Louisville, was that we come out, we strike fast, we strike first, and we strike furious. And that didn't happen, right? We give up 7, they go down, they march down the field and so forth. But to your point, the defense just put the anchor in the ground and it was over. You only gave up 140 yards total offense in a Division I football game. I'm not mad at all, like not whatsoever. 144 total yards. They didn't even break the century mark passing or rushing. But I believe also our defense gave our offense a spark with the interception, with the Wesley Bassett interception on the sideline, getting it down to, I want to say, the 2-yard line, somewhere in there. And then with the Lucas interception on the sideline as well. But we've been questioning. We had some questions in regards to defense. But there's always still been some question in regards to our running game. I still personally think it was slow. I still think we're still in that same bag. I didn't think it was very creative, whatever you want to say. We saw a little bit more rotation offensively through our players, but I still think it was super vanilla. Now, for the people that's going to say, well, it was just Stanford, I get that. But like I said earlier, 12, we got to show some creativity. That don't mean we have to open up everything, but we have to show some creativity. Here's what I'll say for people that like to say, well, we didn't have to show them in the playbook. Well, here's what I'll say. The more you put out there, the more they have to what? They're going to have to try to defend. And you can always come up with more and more play. You can always stack plays. And that is what it is. And we're going to take on the SMU here next week in 5 days, 15 hours, 42 minutes, in no seconds. But That's why I said slow, and that's not something I really want to see because I think, to your point, that's where we have always been. We've been moving very slow, especially offensively. Um, Next question. Next thing I want to kind of elaborate what you just said. What's our identity? When you look at the Miami Hurricanes, what do you say our identity as? Three questions here. As a team, as an offense, and as a defense. What do you think those identities are?
Yeah, I'm just struggling to kind of figure it out because we're watching the game and it's tough because we want to will this team to be a great team, and based off of where we've come from, and it's, I guess it ebbs and flows in the season. Early on in the season, I mean, we were explosive.
Mhm.
Explosive plays in the season, offense, defense making plays, but the offense was explosive. Beck was the new shiny car. He's doing well. We got Toney and everything. As we go on, that shine or that spark doesn't seem to be there anymore. I'm just trying to figure out like what is going to be the team like who is the leader? Who's the leader on this team? Do we have a leader? Are we leading by is it a collective? Those are the questions that needs to be answered as go throughout the rest of the season. Because for me, I don't know what the identity is. We can say it's defense. We can kind of hang it on defense right now. It seems like the defense is going to be that. I think the defense right now was bringing us probably going to bring us through where we need to be. Last year was the offense, right? Last year the identity was the offense, right?
Mhm.
Identity was
Explosive. Yeah,
Q,
an explosive.
Q, Q,
Mhm.
QB1, right? He encompassed everything, attitude, X, Y, Z. I'm not seeing that from my offense right now. I mean, you
Mhm.
have Fletch. He's doing what he can. He's doing what he can. He's a bruiser. He's going up the middle. But even then, where's the fire? Malachi's trying to do. He's a freshman. Where's the fire? So we need to start to have one. Because if you don't have an identity, then they start to say, "What? You're a fraud." And they threw that name around in previous weeks for Miami. Miami hasn't done this X, Y, Z. Are they the real deal? So we got to make sure we do have an identity, and hopefully we start to cultivate that. When we got 5 games left, give or take, we got SMU
Mhm.
on the road. Who is going to show up? What Miami team is going to show up?
Yeah, 100%, man. LMV, what's up, baby? How you doing? C Major, what's up for the 189? Stop running up the dang middle. Play the outside. And I appreciate that, as well as Reggie in the building for the $2. Reggie, thank you again for donating. That shirt is already in the mail to Luetta. So appreciate you, Reggie. Thank you, man. LSU just fired Brian Kelly. We're going to talk about it. I've been seeing that, but we're going to talk about that here in a quick second. You know, they got their own problem. We got ours. So we're going to talk about ours for a second, and then we're going to get to LS who. But I never thought he was a fit for that program anyway. That's just me personally. But I didn't think he was a fit. It takes a certain kind of guy to go into the bayou and make it happen. But, if I have to answer my own question, offensively, I have to say, I don't know. I don't know. Defensively, I have to say, minus the Louisville game, is swarmy. I still say we are swarmy. We are an aggressive defense. Um, and then as a team overall, when you have two such contrasts, as a team overall, our identity, I'll just say we're solid. I said we're a solid program. Like when you play us, you're going to say, okay, this is what they like to do. They're a solid team. I don't even know if the word solid is an identity, but my mind wants to say methodical because that's another way to try to say slow. But is it methodical? Not necessarily. Like it doesn't fit. So, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm just saying, come on, we got to do a little better. I mean,
Let me, yeah. This is a great, and this is probably where you're gonna go with this, Coach Jason 257. Toney needs some plays under center immediately. I think that's an excellent statement because to your point, Coach, we're playing slow you have a absolute ball player, and these are the times where coaches make their adjustments. Is there a package for Malachi to go on the center? We know he can run. We know he can throw. We got to be able to get our playmakers the ball, especially when the offense is moving slow, especially when the offense needs a spark. We need a guy like Malachi to have the ball in his hand. Now, that's where you throw different packages in for him. Wildcat, XYZ. So shout out to you. That's a great point. And we know he's a ball player. And I think someone said Malachi gave us life with those punt returns. He's absolutely right. If it wasn't for Malachi gave us, listen, when that young man has the ball, he never wants to go down. He never wants to go down. For him to be that size, he rarely goes down with the first hit. He's always spinning, he's always moving. So shout out to you, man. That's a really, really, really important statement right there. Cristobal, if you're listening, the people are out here. We need Malachi we need to get him the ball more. Bottom line. Jet sweep. Get him the ball in his hands. That's a great point, man. I like that right there. Vicious.
Yeah. I'm still on the fence about it. I'm not saying he shouldn't have some packages. I'm still on the fence. I'm gonna tell you
about
what I
what?
would. I'm gonna just tell you what I like.
No, hold on. You on the fence about what? Look, come on, cause I ain't like that. That sound like, you know what I mean? Like you tried to, like I said, hey coach, I got some rice and peas. No, I got some rice and peas, and you like, I want curry rice. No, you don't say like that to me. Don't do that ever. Don't try me, cause I get off this thing. I walk out, dog. Don't ever, don't do that. Yeah, I'm clicking. I came from the crib. I'm fired up. Don't do that. Don't say like you don't know what we're talking about.
Hey,
come on,
see
man.
what happened when you let your dog get a beef patty? I took him to get one beef patty, spicy beef patty, flaky, and now that boy all the way live. Anyway,
yeah. What don't you like? That's coaching.
I didn't say I don't like it. I didn't say I don't like it. I'm just trying
sorry.
to.
What do you know the fence about?
The only way I would like it is if he RPOs it, not straight Wildcat. I think I like it if he has the option, because I don't know. As I look at our middle run game, I don't know if he's effective in there because it's not a lot of movement there. But that's something our O-line hasn't gotten, a lot of movement. We haven't established the line. But what I will agree with, him and a Jordan Lyle or Mark Fletcher, because he's done this, so he can, and he pulls it. And now that they swarm to him, he can RPO and dump it. He can throw the slant. That's why I said, depending on how it's used. But just to make a blanket statement, and I know not just you, but a lot of people, put him at Wildcat or put him there, I think it has to be very strategic. So that's why I say I'm on the fence, meaning I don't disagree, but I think it has to be done in a particular way where he can truly be effective. I don't like to just put people in a position to say, hey, we did it. And so that's what I was really saying.
Okay.
But this is what I was going to say. Do you agree, disagree with that or what?
I've tightened up now. You cleaned up. Yeah, you cleaned up pretty good because now we're getting hot.
So
like
Nino Brown,
like the Scotch bonnet, I was getting hot.
You heard what Nino Brown told C Money. Sit your $5 before I make change. Think you finna walk up out of here.
Yeah, I'm not saying. No, I see what you. I'm with you. I'm not saying he needs to be the quarterback. No mistake about it. But have a certain, just to kind of switch it up a little bit. I like what you said. Him being at the quarterback, handoff, RPO, just something. Because coach, you always say this: put the ball in your playmaker's hands at any cost. That's what happened to Smith. Why he went to SMU. You know, we want to get him the ball enough. So yeah, someone say don't get the kid hurt. Listen, I don't. That's not the point. I'm not trying to get him hurt, but you can also do things that other teams aren't ready for. You know, they weren't ready for the pass against Louisville. Phenomenal play. We got a 2-point conversion. So start to work him in. He is the best player that you have on the offense. He's your best player, and we can't argue that. He is the best. He is the best player on offense, and he can play. And you know what I like about him? He's a responsible freshman. You don't get that often. He's very responsible. I watched him, man. I watched him go in there a couple times. He hyping them up. He has a motor. So let's get the ball in his hands more, and especially when the offense is slow. A brother said
Mhm.
lethargic is a great word for the offense. We need to have some more continuity. Get the brother the ball. Let him ride.
Yeah, I agree. Now, here's what I'm gonna tell you. My second piece. Here's what I would love: a Mark Fletcher, Jordan Lyle backfield, RPO. Ooh, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Now you in real trouble. Or I'm gonna get real stank. You ready?
Yeah. Right.
Shotgun,
Hmm.
Malachi Toney, Jordan Lyle, Mark Fletcher. Because Malachi can still throw the ball.
Correct.
See, Jordan Lyle, I don't think he can throw like that. So now when I'm here with Mark, I can show a cross buck right there with Jordan Lyle, and then I can pull it. I can do all that, pull it, and still throw the slant to
Hmm.
Daniels.
Hmm.
I see now we getting creative.
There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking football.
Now we getting creative. Now you like, to Louisville's point, they got 3 quarterbacks on the field. All right. Well, guess what? We got 3 running backs on the field. How you gonna stop the run to the left, the run to the right, the run up the middle, and the RPO? Well, let me get a young MA in there. Ooh.
Ooh.
Hey, Cristobal, man, call me, bro. You got my number, man. It ain't changed since I had the same number since 2000. Man, call me, man. It ain't gonna change. But anyway, I just think that's the deal. Let me ask you this: Carson Beck, does he look or does it feel the same from when he was at Georgia? When you watched him at Georgia, had an opportunity to check him out at Georgia, and now that he's here in Miami, does it look the same? Feel the same? Like, does that look like Carson Beck, or does it like another guy with 11 on the jersey?
He don't seem like the same person to me. I'm like, I don't know if, I mean, of course he's there. I don't see that same enthusiasm that I saw at Georgia. He was, like I said, he was the new shiny thing. He got the money. My thing about Carson Beck is sometimes, it seems like when we're winning, it's all good. You can
Mm.
tell if we're not doing so good. Like what are you gonna do to help your team uh, not be slow? There are times where he can probably run the ball. He tried. He ran it there one time and didn't get the first. But he has to have a spark as a quarterback from a leadership perspective, from his play, and that's one of the differences you saw last year in Cam Ward. We down, we down. But Cam's gonna do something special, a couple plays special to get the troops rallied to put us in position to score and do well. So he looks like a different player. I'm not sure why. That eye test does look different. I just can't put my finger on it, coach.
I think it's a confidence deal. I think he's lost it. I think
Okay.
that um, I think that it's almost like spinning out of control in a car. You know, to everybody else is spinning real fast, but while you're in it, it's like you're lost. You don't know what do I do next? Do I hit the gas, hit the brake, turn left, right? He doesn't know how to get out of this wet paper bag. And as coaches, this is where you have to help your players. You help your players through your play design. You help your players. You got to build their confidence back up, right? He still made that same throw. He threw that interception of Malachi Toney down the middle. He made that same exact throw, but he overshot him this time, right? Um, we were in the stadium. I'm like, 12. Bro, this dude still, just off his back foot launching it. It's like when he panicked, go deep. Um, and I hate to say this, he's got to learn how to eat a sack too. Wait a minute. Oh,
All right, Coach Diddy.
did I go to? So I wasn't sure if it was a pause moment or was it a praise moment. But anyway, but he's got to learn how to take a sack. Damn, that ain't. All right, let me try it again. he's got to learn how to get tackled behind the line of scrimmage as the quarterback, and therefore it results in a sack. Got it. So I say all that to say, y'all say big pause. I'm just talking ball. Anyway, he has to learn how to do that, live to see another down. Don't just go through and take those losses. I'll put it there. It's not a good thing, but a sack doesn't always hurt you, right? So I say all that to say I think situational football is killing him right now. Understanding the situation, understanding where he got to be, understand what he has to do. And I'll say this too. I know it's going to sound crazy to a fan base. And there's a very fine line in what I'm about to say. But he's relying on Malachi too much. And what do I mean? His trust. And I get it. I've said this since I started this show 5 years ago. Quarterbacks are going to throw the ball to the guys that they trust. It's no different than a bar fight. If I'm in a bar fight and I don't know, just pick somebody out here. Shout out to Stick Raw because I know you can take it. Yeah. But anyway, shout out to Stick Raw. We in the bar and a fight break out. I'm not looking for Stick Raw. I'm looking for 12. I'm looking for the guy that I trust to help me. I may know Stick Raw, but I trust 12. And it's the same thing, literally. He trusts 12. You like what I did there? He trusts 12. So when he's in trouble, that's where his eyes go. When that ball comes out, he threw a corner route. I want to say to Malachi one time. He
watched him all the way.
He stared him the whole way down.
Yeah.
So these are the things that he's got to instill trust, or he has to earn it, or the other guys have to earn his trust, because at the end of the day, he's the one who delivers the ball. You know what I mean? And the gift and the curse is you end up throwing crazy interceptions because he gonna make a play for me. He gonna make a play, and it doesn't always happen that way. You know what I mean? Shout out to LMV. So that's what I say. What you got? Hey man, I don't even keep
that just how kind of crazy. Stick Raw can take it.
My bad, Stick Raw. Yeah, that's your name. I ain't get it. As long as he ain't got a raw stick. As long as he ain't got a raw stick.
Hey, y'all off the chain on Sunday, man. Y'all, I ain't messing with y'all, man. It's early in the week. I ain't messing with y'all on here. Y'all too funny.
Hey, hold on. What Stick Raw say?
Go back.
Hold on. Did he just say that? Hold on. Am I tripping?
What do you see?
Stick Raw just said, yo, chill, cool. I can bang for you. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm gonna find it. But go ahead, Troy. What's your point? Do you think that's a valid point?
No, I'm gonna push back on you because but not push back like I'm going to gently tap on me.
You're gonna respond.
What's the difference between? This is ahead of my question because you always have a reliable person. What's the difference between what Carson Beck, the chemistry he has with Malachi, and what Cam had with Xavier Estrepo? That's how you build it.
Okay.
So I don't know if you relies on him too much. I think he needs to come back to him. It depends on what the play is. Because I know that play that we spoke about, I think that read probably was for Malachi, but he has to move somebody else. If you know Malachi, you come back to Malachi, your eyes gotta go somewhere else. I think that's the problem. I think he stares down Malachi too much. You can know where you're going with the ball. Cam know he's going to Estrepo last year. He know where he's going. He's going to look for somebody else before he gets over to Malachi. So you always have to have your reliable receiver.
True.
You know, so I don't know if he relies on him too much, but I just think that you have to have that person in your corner. And I mean, I ain't seen Malachi drop anything. You know, I'm not gonna say he hasn't dropped, but whatever gets thrown to him, he's come up with the big play. So I don't know if he relies on them too much. I can't say that from a quarterback.
When I say rely, so when I say rely, meaning when you're in trouble, I'm not saying that the readers they're through it. What I'm saying when he's in trouble, he just launches it. I don't recall Cam Ward ever just giving jump balls to Xavier Restrepo. I don't recall Cam Ward when he may have tried to force something between 3 or 4 guys, but we're talking about once the defense is barreling down on you, you just like here, you just throw it up. I think that's what I'm talking about when I say relies on instead of just taking the sack and going on about the play and live to see another down.
Okay.
That's what I mean in regard when I say rely. Not the fact that he gets the most throws. He deserves it.
Okay.
I'm referring to when I'm in trouble, I'm just throwing Hail Marys full of grace up there and hope 12 come down with the ball. You know what I mean?
Well, they call him baby.
I would say
baby Jesus.
Bill Sanders, Travis Hunter.
Right.
You know,
right.
But the difference is Travis Hunter 6'2", jumping out the gym, you know what I mean, and had phenomenal ball skills, you know, that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's to that point. Baby Jesus. Yeah. Baby Jesus. He ain't grown yet. Baby Jesus. He's still in the manger. But love saying word. Wood, what's up, baby? Good talking with you. Apparently I could tell you weren't impressed from the offense. Am I right with that? Am I right?
Yeah. I wasn't. I mean, and it wasn't only me. Even we were in the parking lot. You know, we have our flaws that we're going to have to get better as we try to make these playoffs. And you know, we still do have a legitimate chance as the ACC thing, but we're going to have to get better. You know, we spoke about, someone mentioned it, running up the middle all the time. We really don't have a lot of edge plays that's being called. So we have to get better from a, you know, has Dawson regressed? You know, that's a contention that people are saying. Cam covered up some of the things that with his talents that Dawson made these calls, but Cam was better than the play call. His talent was better than the play call. So he got out of situations. And now when you don't have as talented as a quarterback, mobile as a quarterback as Cam was, now things seem normal. So he has to get better. He has to be a little bit more advantageous when it comes to calling plays and putting personnel in and going from there. You know, we can't throw 6 or 7 bubble screens too often. If it ain't there, it ain't there. You know, we got to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, that bubble screen game. Yeah. One thing I will say, 17 Johnson, I believe. Yeah, Toney Johnson. He was blocking on the screen, had his hand outside, and this is what I love. Hand was outside, and it right there, he turns it inside because the ref was just getting ready to throw that flag, but he took it. See, the ref will give you an opportunity to gather yourself. Just because you put it out there, he's not gonna throw it. But if you leave it out there, he's gonna get you. And Johnson was on his outside, and all of a sudden, boom, he put his hand right up underneath. And I was like, come on, man, that's what we talking about. That was big right there. I'll make sure I point that out in the good, bad, and ugly. I'll say the same thing. For a Stanford team, I think that's not that good. This should have been a showcase of talent. This was a Power 4 program, I think, that was on the same level of a USF. I think USF beats them, right, if they play them. But I was never worried that we lose the game by no stretch. I knew that we would wear these people down over time. I just didn't like the way it looked in the first half. And I think what bothers me the most, and this is something I've been saying, how does a 42-7 win feel so blah? Like it feels, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I think why it feels that way is because I know going forward, it's not about this game. If this was a national championship and we played like that, bro, I'd be running through a brick wall right now. But I know we have more games to come just to get there. And with a team that played as they did, we only gave up 140 yards. 12, we can ready to go get some doggone popcorn and go out here and talk to the folks because we your favorite coach. And 12, your favorite 12, we literally was under 2 minutes and had not scored. Like we getting ready to go in there, and we didn't know if we were going to score. To go in half down 7-0 against Stanford. See, what I saw from Stanford is what I wanted to see from Miami. Let me quickly explain. Stanford unloaded the barrel off of that win on Florida State. Man, boom, the win of Florida State magnified. They just didn't have enough. They came to the OK Corral with 2 bullets, right? What I wanted to see was that same energy off of a loss from us. Like, this ain't gonna never happen again, bro. I wanted to come out ablazing. You come with the 6-shooter, we coming with the Tommy gun, lighting them up. And what better way or what better reason should you have done that? And I said this was kind of like the sparring match, a tune-up fight before we go to play SMU. And you in a tune-up fight, you getting ready to fight Mike Tyson, and you over here looking crazy in the first 2 rounds, 3 rounds. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you weren't off base because even we would call this. They were booing at one point with the calls in the stadium. They were booing.
Yes.
Dawson. They were booing. Exactly. And we sat by Stanford, and they were happy. They were standing up. They were rocking. Stanford, you thought they were at home, and we booing, and we scratching our head like, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we sitting right by the little Stanford, probably like the parent section, you know, and they standing up cheering. And I hear the Miami Hurricane fan. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If you haven't been to a Miami game, please go, because the atmosphere is wonderful, first of all. But the energy in the stadium is way different than watching it in television. I mean, watching it on TV. You get to feel the energy. Like you said, we coming off, boo, boo. Like they booing this cat. And that's a difference. Like it feels different. If you haven't been to a game and you're a Miami Hurricane fan, then I highly suggest you go to a game. But really quickly, let me look at the first quarter. 9 plays. We end up missing the field goal. 50 yards, 9 plays. Stanford comes back, 12 plays, touchdown. We go 5 plays and punt. That's when the boos started. Stanford, 6 plays and they punt. That's the end of the first quarter. This is all I want people to understand how fast these quarters move. We literally had 14 plays in the first quarter, right? 14. 2 of those 14 were special teams, a punt and a field goal. So we had 12 offensive plays. In the second quarter, we went 11 plays and didn't convert. Didn't convert. Then we go 15 plays and then we get the touchdown. And then Stanford come back and then they end the half. So we only had 4 possessions. 4 possessions. I want people to understand how fast this game goes. 4 possessions in 2 quarters. And in the second quarter, I think we just ran, we come out our first touchdown. Then we go that second drive, 4 plays, 3 plays, and then we turn over on downs. Turnover on downs. 3rd and 2, we get no yardage. Mark Fletcher, no yardage. Rush up the middle, 0 yards. And then we just hit the gas and run away from them. Let me ask you this, 12. Defensively, we talked a lot of offense. Are we okay?
I think okay on the back half. Okay. Am I confident?
We just K? Are we K or are we okay?
Yeah, we just K. Am I confident? Again, this is a Stanford team. They had 30. They had us up 30 spread. So defense, they're coming along. Now we have to see we'll find out. Because as soon as we start to play teams with better caliber teams, let's just see. Prior to the Louisville game, our average we're looking good. We averaging 16 points a game on defense. So let's see if that translate to the next few games that we have. Translate at SMU. Let's see what happens. Does it translate at Virginia? Let's see what happens. Does it translate at Pitt? Let's see what happens. Can this defense get us to the playoff? I believe so. Can it win us the playoff game? That's what we have to kind of figure out. Can it take us deeper to the playoffs? That's what we have to kind of figure out. But I think the defense can get us to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I'm still impressed, right? I wasn't impressed with the Louisville game per se, but this is what I will say in the defense of in defense of our defense. 24 points is still, it's not great, but it ain't bad. It ain't like we gave up 65. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to help complement. You got to have complementary football in that sense. But so
Agreed.
I think our defense is on par, maybe a little bit better than par when it comes to college football. I'm not sure where they rank. I don't know. I'll let somebody put that in the chat. Are there some things we definitely got to clean up? 1,000%. But one thing that's still bothering me, and I brought this up before, I talked about snap count. I still think our snap count is high. So, what's your thought?
You mean we're not getting off the field we're not getting off the field. We need to get off the field. That's what you referenced from the defense?
No, I'm talking about our players. I'm talking about our players playing. I'm trying to see. The amount of plays our players are playing. I wanted to see if shout out to Kane's insight. I wanted to see if they had the snap count on our player. It may not be out just yet, but I wanted to see if they had a snap count on Stanford, on the Stanford game. But go ahead. Yeah, I was trying to see if they had maybe a snap count on there. Anybody know where I can get that snap count from on here? Trying to see. Because I think Ruben, matter of fact, shout out to Ruben Baines' family. We were sitting behind them as well. Mom and dad and family. But he was still in there well into the fourth quarter. Not well, but in the fourth quarter, I'm saying.
Right.
And remember, Isidore didn't play.
Right. And Bassett was as well. I think that yeah. I mean, we have to have those guys. I would definitely want to put them on some kind of snap count, some kind of game management, especially with the game. That game was in hand. I was happy to see that Emory Williams got in, even though I think Carson probably should have been out a while back. But Emory got in and was able to move the offense a little bit. The running game was pretty good. But yes, as we get into the latter part of the season, attrition matters. And if you can get your starters rest, especially in games and that's why it's important to handle these games so you get your star players rest. It's important to have Carson Beck on the sideline, come in, take care of business. We go in, handle Stanford in the beginning, not score the 40-some points towards the end, score that in the beginning. Carson sits down, Emory gets in. All the young players get a chance to get some experience and exposure in game time situation.
No, I agree. I was just looking at shout out to State of the U. I saw they had a good, bad, and the ugly. I was trying to see what that was all about, but apparently I see here. Anyway, oh, Reggie, I know you on the Discord. I don't know if that thing give out snap counts, but anyway. Let's talk a little SMU right quick because I know time is limited. I know you got to run. SMU going forward just lost to Wake Forest by $1 in a bad beat, I guess, if you want to call it. A lot of people still don't know SMU lost. They thought they had to win. What do you think would be our biggest feat against SMU?
I think, like most times, Miami's Achilles heel is going to be a quarterback who is decent. I mean, they have
Mm,
a quarterback who's decent. He can throw, do it to that quarterback. He can throw and he can run. And I think they are a decently coached team. Right, lastly, we know uh, was with us, our former coordinator, and I think he's a decent coach. And it's an away game for us. We've been playing
mm,
home, and we have to see how we're going to fare on the road. So we got to come in into Texas, and we have to play a solid football game and recognize that this is not. I think SMU is similar to Louisville. It's a dangerous team. They have
mm,
just as good of caliber players as we may have, and they have a good coaching staff, and they have a quarterback who can play. They have a tight end who is very elusive. Russell, is it Russell? I think RJ Russell. He can play. He can catch. He can make some big plays, and so they have talent there. And so
mm.
that's a place where we have to go in and lock in and get creative because we know last is going to be creative. We know that for a fact. We have to be able to stop. And we will talk about this in the pregame, but it goes from the quarterback down. We have to stop the quarterback and we have to tackle. We have to tackle.
Yeah, I'll let some people know that maybe didn't get a chance to see it. I'm gonna just read you through the last quick plays of this game, 12. Because I know we didn't see it. We were at the game. SMU gets the ball with a minute 48. They're up 12-10. They're up by 2 points. A minute 48 in the game. First down. They're on their own 6-yard line. So the back is against the wall. A minute 48. They run the ball first down. I'm sorry. Yeah, they run the ball 3 yards. Second down. They're on their 9. Negative 1 yard run. On their third down, they run the ball. I mean, no huddle, shotgun. They rush the ball again on their 8-yard line. They punt the ball with 12 seconds left, 12. 12 seconds, dog. You up by 2. You punt the ball. Listen to this. 6 seconds. 6 seconds. You're on you're in the Wake Forest 42-yard line. You throw the ball for 25 yards. You give up the deep ball. 25 yards. Right? It is now 1st and 10, 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass was incomplete. They kicked the field goal, a 50-yard field goal to win it, dog. A 50-yard field goal to win it. That's a bad beat. That's a bad beat.
Coach, but that's also the prime reason we talk about finishing games. You
There
don't
you go.
take that headset off until you see the you can't even say
All
that
zeros.
the obese person singing because you don't want. I ain't trying to get you cancer until the obese person sings. You know what I mean? And that's bad. And that's why you have to play all the way through. And that's what we have to realize as a team. That's a game that shoulda, coulda, woulda game. Why are we playing prefect defense? Where listen, let me just say this to you: if anyone hasn't noticed, and I don't care where if you guys live under almost
So
Lizzo, used to be Lizzo. Can't say that no more. Used to be Lizzo. Who said that? Used to be Lizzo. Can't say that no more. But Lizzo, hey Lizzo, hey, they slimmed up now. You got to get off of Lizzo.
that's too funny,
But
dog.
yeah, but if you haven't noticed, these kickers are making 50 yarders like it ain't nothing in college. So now that this thing about the person got to get to the 40-yard line, no, you need to keep them on the opposite side. Don't give them a chance to kick the field goal. You never know what can happen. Stop giving up 10, 15 yards and giving them a chance to kick the field goal. And so if we learn anything from this, football is going to teach you. We learn anything from this going into this game is if we're in that situation, we have to make the adjustment and close the game out. That's easy. But to lose that game in that fashion, I think is insane.
So here's what I'll say real quick. Let me give some love to Fire for Effect for the $10. Thank you. Respect from MTSU. I would assume that's Middle Tennessee State. Thank you. I appreciate that $10, man. Also, Top Flight for the $2. See y'all in Dallas next week. I'll be there. Hey, man, take some pictures. Send them to your boy, man. Let's make it happen. Here's what I'll say to you. But what does this say? Wake Forest held a coach that schemes, calls his own plays. People fear his offense in regards to, just overall about, scheming up talent, so forth. Wake Forest holds them to 12 points. When, just listen to these numbers. They gave up 24. I'm sorry, they gave up 34 to North Carolina State. They gave up Georgia Tech, gave up 30 points. I'm saying they gave up a bunch of points. But when it came to SMU, they didn't. Now let's flip it. Let's look at SMU's schedule really quickly. That's really what I was trying to go for. And let's see the points they've been scoring and who they've been scoring them on. They put up a 35 points on the Clemson, 34 points on the Stanford, 31 points on the Syracuse, 24 points in the loss against TCU, 28 points, 45 points against a Baylor. I mean, they've been pretty consistent with where they've been scoring, and they only can put up 12 against a Wake Forest. I know you haven't seen it, so it's not fair to ask you.
No, I know. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
What happens is, number one, it's hard to play on the road, coach. It's hard to play on the road. So they go to Wake Forest. It's difficult to play on the road. So you take that into account. But sometimes you get a team that's not playing well on that particular Saturday, and I think that's what happened to SMU on that Saturday. Jennings was I think he only had 100-some yards, a touchdown and a pick. So that wasn't his best game, and he normally has rushing touchdowns as well. So it's one of those games where I think it's, to me, a one-off for SMU. Don't let that game be the reason why we go in and not give them our best shot. Because as you pointed out eloquently, Coach, they're scoring points. They're averaging at least 28 points. About what you just told me, at least 28 points a game, and they're playing decent teams. Clemson. They're still an ACC opponent, foe. They're playing the TCU, so they're playing decent teams, and they can play. So I think it's a one-off. I think Lashley's gonna have them ready. He's gonna have them ready, and we're gonna be in. I think for a fight. It'll be interesting to see who they have winning this game, who and what the point spread is. But to me, this could possibly be a pick'em.
You think so?
Possibly.
Let's see. Is the line out already? Let's see if they got an early line out already. No, they don't have a line out yet. I don't see a line. Anybody else see a line? I don't see a line. It looks like they got us winning it and to cover. They have Miami winning and Miami to cover the spread, but I don't see a spread. I don't see a line yet. Oh, here it is. 10.5. 10.5. Miami 10.5.
I got. Hey, I'm gonna sleep on that this week. Hey, y'all catch us in the week. We got some things to think about. Rocky, call in. We need everybody to call. We got a lot to think about this week. I just think games like this, these type of, the backstory. Lashley was there and he got let go, and Miami players, little Miami is SMU. All that factors into that game, into this game coming up on Saturday, and so it should be a good one.
I don't know. Well, yeah, we'll definitely check it out. Pool, I know I got you on the back end too. I know you got to run. I'm not going to be here too much longer. Y'all do me a favor, 862-799-9956. Y'all go ahead and call in. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get these guys on the line. 12 is always, dog. It's good seeing you, my man. We back at the crib. We were back. Hey, we back through CC. Shout out to the Betty Ferguson center. Them boy had a whole football game going on. I don't know who was
Hey,
playing, but them just had on hot pink. Them boy had on hot pink out there, lacing it up. Huh?
hey, it looked good out there, man. Everybody was out having a good time. It was good. It was great to see football on a Saturday, man. It's been a while since I've been out on a Saturday seeing football like that. Optimus and Little League and um and the U. And shout out to them Dolphins, man. They went to Atlanta and got dirty with the Dirty Birds. Shout out to
Okay.
the Miami boys. So we had Miami boys. We did good this weekend. We both got W's and well, I catch you on Saturday, bro. Everything went well, man. I appreciate it. It was fun. Everybody who showed love. I mean, everybody came out. I mean, we had a good time. Shout out to our boy Dave. Dave,
Oh man,
yeah, Dave was
Dave,
cool.
Andy, and Andrew.
Dave, Andy, Andrew. So Dave is a newly converted Kane. And his buddies converted him last year, and so this is like his first game. I think maybe coming to Hard Rock, and those fellas had a blast. Shout out to you guys if y'all are watching, and again, shout out to everybody. Nice seeing everyone, and I'm out of here, man.
Much love, dog. Appreciate that boy. Stick raw.
All right.
Say
Yeah.
199. Shootout in Dallas. Well, get your vest on, boy. Get your vest on.
Getting going.
Good talk, sir. Much love.
I'll holler at you for sure.
So, all right, here we go. Oh man. Hey, David Staples, can I tell you something, bro? You actually were the first winner of the ticket giveaway, bro. And you didn't call in, David. You would have won the tickets, but Big Ant won the ticket. Louetta actually won them and passed them on to David for another spin. But I meant to Big Ant for another spin. So, David, you were the winner, dog. You hit that thing on the head. But unfortunately, you ain't called in within those 2 minutes. So that's what it is, man. But much love. Keep playing. Hopefully this week we'll have – no, it's not a home game. But the following week, we should have some stuff in store for you guys as well. All right? Let me go ahead and get this phone line. A couple of people calling. Pool, you've been on there for a minute. 862-799. Oh, I got to put it on this site. 862-799-9956. Here's the phone number right here. Please feel free to call in. Voice your opinion. I'm not sure how much more longer we'll be on here. I wish I could have got on last night when it was fresh and right off the cuff, but I'm kind of glad I had an opportunity to chill and not overreact because I really was upset. But then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? It's not as bad as it appeared to be in the stadium. Still, some things got to happen. I'm being positive. We got this thing. People don't talk me off the ledge. You know, even though we dropped in the poll 1 point, we were 9, now we're 10. I'm trying to stay positive, guy. Trying to stay positive. Come on, Coach Cristobal. Go get in your bag. I ate this meals. All right. Pool, what's up, baby? Talk to her. What's on your mind? Get in your bag. I ate this meals. All right.
Yo, you hear me?
I got you loud and clear, brother. What's up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Got you loud and hold on. What's up, baby? Talk to her. What's on your mind? I got you loud and clear. You got to cut your TV down in the back.
All right. Cool. All right, I just paused it. What up, Coach, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good. It sounds like you got to get something off your chest, boy.
Man, other than, I don't know, man. It's a lot of good and a lot of bad. You know how life is.
Okay. Talk to me.
But which one we start with, the good or the bad?
Or the ugly? It's up to you, brother.
Oh, I'm going to start with the ugly and work my way good.
Do your thing.
The ugly is the vanilla play calling and center play, man. Golly, Brock was getting his lunch money took all night. Yeah, he's just simply not strong enough. He's undersized. If he got a nose guard lined up straight on him, he's getting drove back.
Mm-hmm.
Like that tip pass that Beck had. Everybody want to blame Beck, but man, you got a nose guard standing 2 feet away from you, man. What do you expect? When you shooting at a shotgun.
Yeah. Real quick, if you don't mind, Pool, shout out to Chris Gons, man. I saw that message right there. I don't know, it moved so fast in the chat. But, man, we all wish your father well, man. Prayers are up for him. Chris, thank you, man. You've been a supporter of this channel for a very long time. And like I said, thank you, man. Our prayers are up for you, Chris. And like I say, it's always go Kings, man. Tell your dad, Coach Hayes said, "What's up, baby? Let's go." All right, talk to me. All right, Poole. I'm sorry, I just want to get that off. I forgot.
Nah, man, it's all love here, man. All praise to his father, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But and then the bad was that play calling, bro. We can hear the boos on the TV, man. You can hear the boos on the TV because everybody knew it was coming. Run up the gut, run up the gut, run up the gut. Come
Oh,
on,
y'all can
man.
hear it on the
Everybody
TV.
knows.
Y'all can hear it on the TV.
You can hear it on the TV. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? I'm I'm on the phone. Give me 1 second. Was it not here? His truck's here. Or did he take his car? His car's here too. Well, I don't know where he's at. Ain't his daddy? He's at Skittles. No. What do you want now? I'm on a time limit here, man. All right. All right.
We good?
Yeah, we good, man.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about the interruptions.
Nah, you good. You good. It sounds like a little Kane fan back there.
Yeah, man, I converted him this year, man. I
Okay.
converted him this year. It was hard fought. Nah, but I'm gonna be the first to say this, man. Toney for president, man. Toney for president.
Okay.
That y'all want him at quarterback, man. I want him for president.
I hear you. I'm just waiting for you. I want you to get it off your chest. 2375 coming to you in 1 second. Don't hang up. Real quick, Marcus Innocent for the 49. Coach, I'm locking in at work. Got to hear your opinion, I guess, on the win. I kind of talked about it, but yeah, I appreciate that for the 499. Thank you so much. But yeah, man, let me know, Pooh. So, real quick, what's the problem there offensively? Real quick, what's your opinion?
The problem offensively is vanilla play calling and not utilizing the tutelage. You got all these weapons, like we got Tony Johnson come out of nowhere, ball out, number one, got the most receiving yards out there.
Mm-hmm.
We got more balling out. You got all these weapons. You just got to utilize them. You recruited these kids. They highly touted for a reason. And they show you. You just got to use and scheme for them. There's so many players you can scheme for to be dangerous. This offense has the potential to be very dangerous if you just utilize the tools you got.
Mm-hmm.
Like you won't just hammers, but sometimes you can't always smash the problem. Sometimes you got to cut the problem. You know what I'm saying? You got to get up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you got players with burners. And then like what is it? Jordan Lau, when he took it up on the outside of the tackle and then bounced that thing to the outside for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm like, bro, where's this play calling? You should have run more plays like that. And then running up the gut is not the move because Brock, like that 4th and 1, Brockmeyer got that nose guard pushed him back. I was about to say some crazy stuff.
But I've been telling
Pushed him
y'all
back
that.
and made
Yeah, I've been telling y'all about Brock, man. I hate to do that, but I gotta call it like I see it, man. I mean, I don't know why we just gonna start cutting these dudes, bro. God, they just start laying
you ain't
them down.
pointing nothing out that with rest of people who watch film don't see. I'm just a fan watching this in the game. I know I'm 22. I know coaches have seen this play after play after play. As soon as they line their nose up, if a team with a better nose tackle is going to eat us up on that line.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We just haven't seen that guy yet. But yeah.
Yeah, because we playing like if Florida was smart and they had a good nose tackle, or like their nose tackle they have, their D tackle they have that's not hurt. If he would have played nose tackle, we would have been in some trouble.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've been talking about it. But I'll say this. Let me ask you this. I asked you what's bad about the offense. What's good about the offense?
Yes.
What's good about the offense? And nothing is not an answer.
What was good? Oh no, we got some like Malachi Toney. He's reliable, he's dependable. You know what you get, and you guaranteed he's a chain mover when he got the ball in his hand. Like that's grade A. Sometimes I'll be feeling like he's a waste to us but I'm glad to have him.
Hold on, say that again. He's a what?
Because he's a waste to it. Like we're not utilizing as much as like say if he balled out and was on like a team like Ohio State where other tools are being used, it would make him shine that much harder, that much brighter.
Okay. I don't think he would shine as much. Be honest. You know why? Because now the ball is getting passed around. Right now, Malachi, I'm not saying he won't be the same player now. Don't get me twisted. But you have to remember he gets less touches, less opportunities, right? In that situation. Because you're surrounded by so much more talent. I think that's kind of what happens in that sense.
But at the same time, you don't get that same star treatment. Malachi Toney is getting that more star treatment as the games progress. Like when he came on that jet sweep when he almost got tackled in the backfield. They had two linebackers closing down on him in the backfield. Everybody seen that jet sweep was coming for him. So all eyes are on him at all times. He's a game record for any defense out there. So you have to know where he's at.
Correct.
It's like when Ruben Bain, you see the quarterback line up, they see Ruben Bain, like, all right, well, we know where to slide the protection to. We know we're gonna park that tight end right here, or we're gonna chip block him, or we're gonna do something. He's a game record, like on that type of level. Because if you got him at punt return, he's dangerous. You got him running the ball, he's dangerous. You got him going deep, he's dangerous. Catch him on a slant, he'll take a simple screen route 40 yards.
Gotcha. All right. Well, there it is, man. Well, let me get in this cats on the line and get it going, man. Shout out to Pool in the building.
Man, I've been online 40 minutes waiting, man. I'm faithful, boy.
I see, dog. Before I even open up the phone line, boy, you was already here.
Yeah, hey, as soon as 12 say something, I put Malachi Toney at quarterback. I was like, man, I'm calling in now. Because I'm like, man, I gotta say something, boy. I had to put a pin in that. I'm like, put him at quarterback. Golly, you want to throw the ball, catch the ball, run the ball, block. God, what else? You know what I'm saying? You want to write the plays out for you? Get me in the head and say while you at it, man.
Gotcha.
Malachi Toney for president.
I got you. Yeah, man. Check that back chat. All right, man. I appreciate you, Pooh.
All right.
Much love. All right, we're gonna take this one call. I got a special guest I'm gonna bring on right after this call because I think they could give us some great information here. 2375 on the line. Call or talk to us right quick. What's on your mind? 2375 going once. Don't get slapped. 2375 going twice. Don't get slapped twice, mother. Oh, you want another one? Wake up, 2375. Mother.
It was my fault, coach.
Oh, boy, I'm about to hang up on you, boy. I'm about to be out of here. You holding on like a hubcap in the fast lane. Talk to me, man. What's up? Who we talking to?
Oh, this is Big Mike from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Big Mike from Fayetteville, North Carolina. What's up with you, man? Appreciate it. What's going on, man? What's on your mind, brother?
No problem, coach. Hey, coach, I just had a couple of questions. For us to be a elite team or elite on offense, don't you think we need to push our will when we need a score? I haven't seen that all year, like, you know what I'm saying, especially the Louisville game. We made three, I think, 2 field goals, but I think we needed a score right there. We don't.
Of course.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, of course, you always want a touchdown over a field goal. But to your point, you're right.
Yeah, but so how? What do we need to do to be that? I think those elite teams, if they need a touchdown, they're going to put together a drive to get that touchdown. And I haven't seen that in Miami yet. And the other question is, we talking about Malachi Toney. I think next year, you know what I'm saying, he should be a feature. You know what I'm saying? If he does all the things, like, put him in the Wildcat or all the different formations you said, so I think he can maybe even win the Heisman next year. I appreciate you, Coach.
I appreciate you, dog. Real quick, here go both your answers. For the first thing, I think every team tries to score. I don't think Miami get to the 10 and be like, hey, let's just settle for a field goal. So I think every team is trying to get into the end zone. I think that's the goal. That's what you're trying to do, right? Nobody ever settles for a field goal until you have to settle for a field goal because it's third and whatever. You know what I mean? That's just first. And so if Miami's doing that, then they may have to be a little bit more creative if people are picking up their tendencies. The second thing is, I'm going to just say this kind of off the cuff. I know everybody love Malachi, but he ain't a robot, dog. The dude got a heart. The dude got a set of lungs. He got small intestines. He got a brain. He ain't Johnny Five out there. Like, y'all want this man to do everything. Y'all, yeah, hey, run for president, play quarterback. I even seen somebody say, well, dog, Brockmeyer again put Malachi Toney as center. I'm loving it. My God, Lee. But I'll just say this quickly as he hung up, but I'll just say this quickly. Let me lock
The
this.
conference has been locked.
I'll just say this quickly. Yeah, he can be featured, but I will say this. The only way you're going to win major games is not high school. You got to have other pieces. You can't do this. Everybody like to go back in the day to our Miami Hurricanes. We didn't have just one guy. We didn't. And I want people to understand that. We didn't have just one guy. We had a multiple guys. If you go look at any championship team, there is one guy who stands above the rest, but there's other guys that's right there that are supplementing him. There is a star. Don't get me wrong. Championship teams have a star, but there's other guys that's underneath that help contribute to these W's, right? So when they start doubling the Jeremiah Smith, yeah, you got a Emeka Ibuka. You got these other players. You got Henderson. You got Quashon Judkins. See, I think that's what people have to understand. Yes, Jeremiah Smith going to get all the accolades. He's going to be on Sports Center. I think the dude just got a Red Bull can with his face on it and all that. But Quashon Judkins and all these other players, Travion Henderson, all these other players help contribute to those W's. And that's right now we have to make sure that we're consistent on this side of the ball with a Malachi Toney. So let me shut my face. Let me bring in my man's in the building. Y'all clap it up. I ain't seen him in a while. I actually saw him at the game. Really, I just saw the back of his head because he's a star. But I recognized the back of that peanut head, and I seen him back there, man. I know he'll talk some trash to me, man. Y'all clap it up for my dog. Over in the building. Yeah.
Good, man. Ain't got time to be talking to people in the stands, man. I'm out there working, man. All right. Ain't got time to be talking to people in the stands and stuff, man. I'm out there working, man. I'm on the grind, on the field. Talk to y'all in the parking lot, man. Ain't got time. First of all, let me get these villains in here, man. Let me get these
dog, you big time in me, dog.
Huh?
When you see me in the street, player, you don't know me.
Only for them 3 hours, dog. Only for them 3 hours.
Hey, dog, I'm like, straight up. He like this. Dog, I'm gonna show you what he did. Matter of fact, call my name, Streeter. Ready? Say straight up. Watch this.
Hey! I'm out there getting it in, man. I'm focused, dog.
Bro, that boy threw the hand up at me like, nah, I ain't got time to talk to you, peon.
I'm focused, dog. I ain't got, you know what I'm saying?
I know. I see you focused on them cheerleaders. I see your head. You weren't even looking at the field. I see.
Oh, that's when you saw me when I was by the cheerleaders?
Oh, see? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They part of the atmosphere, fool.
Dang,
They part of the whole thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't shy away from that. I embrace it.
Hey, that dog say, first time I ever seen Streeter's eyes. That's hilarious.
I embrace it. I don't shy away from that, dog.
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
What's good with you, man?
Good, man. Came back. What's that?
Let me get my shit together over here, man.
I see, dog.
Okay, we're good. We're good now.
Where your assistant at? Where your assistant at?
You probably got the same assistant.
Yeah. Hey, y'all clap it up too. I'm gonna tell you how famous my dog is. My dog's so famous. He was at the Miami Hurricane game right? Did the reporting, talked to Mario and them after the game, all that. Got on the Coach Hayes football private jet. I let him borrow it. And that boy went and did a versus last night too. My dog went and did a versus last night. Master P, Cash Money versus No Limit.
I watched the versus this morning, man. You watched it?
I ain't watched it, dog. I was on that road, man. That job was terrible, bro. That road was terrible.
So much confusion, man. Nobody don't know who won. No Limit, Cash Money. In the comment section, man, who y'all think won, man? Let me get these villains in here. Where the villains at, man? I know I got my villains in here, man. Shout out to the villains, man. You don't know what the villains is. That's my membership. That's the membership where they just talk about Mario and splits all night, goddamn long, and back up running backs, and you know what I'm saying, all night long. Shout out to the villains, man.
That boy said the whole Louisiana won in that thing, man. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Reggie for the $2 Street. Saw you on Versus last night performing. Anyway, was Mia X there? I know she was.
Mia X set it off, dog.
Did she?
Did she?
What is on YouTube? It's on YouTube?
It's on YouTube, yeah. She set it off, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. She set it off.
I'm a girl, though. Hey, remember in the movie when she threw old boy the bullet? She said, catch that. He caught it. Now see if he catch the next one. I said, oh, she a gangster. Oh, she a gangster.
And I think she kind of went through some stuff, man, where she was like sick for a while.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I know she had somebody passed away.
Deathbed sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
All right, man. Well, let's get this thing going, man. Let's talk about these Canes. Me and Trill was talking.
I want to be sick. I'm trying. What's going on, man?
Man, you good. I don't know what that big yellow marshmallow looking thing behind you, but
my dog. My dog.
They got 3 eyes.
That's one of the marshmallows, like the candy marshmallows for Easter.
Yeah, that's what I look like. One of the big Easter bunnies. We going to Halloween. But anyway, let's chop it up, Street.
Talk to me.
Why does a 42-7 win feel so blah? That's how I feel inside. Why does it feel like or is it just me? Do you feel the same way or you feel different?
Because we got to see Indiana play earlier that day.
Explain that.
Well, you see what a well-oiled machine look like, right? When cylinder things are clicking, right? Indiana runs into a UCLA team who lost their coach, won 3 games in a row. They beat Penn State, Michigan State. They riding high. By the time you blink, the score was goddamn 28-0.
Like Utah, Colorado.
And it started with a bunch of kids from James Madison.
G5ers.
G5. They don't have the talent. They don't have this talent that we have. But you watch it and it's a well-oiled machine, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they may be the best team in the nation, right? They may take Ohio State down, but I'm saying you get to see them play. What I'm saying is and then you watch us, and even though we're 7-1, it's almost like you can see where we sputter at. You can see where teams are doing their film study, where they're catching up with us at, where they're catching us at. They can see our tendencies, and we seem to not change them. Hayes, like we seem to not want to change the tendencies, though. Like we just keep the tendencies. I don't know. I don't know that the first half we started slow, but eventually we kind of warmed down. The momentum changed in the stadium, and it was an onslaught, right? Mm-hmm. Hayes, you was a coach, right? Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes games are like that, right? Mm-hmm. They out there fighting, we out there fighting. They got a little Timmy at safety. They got a little Timmy all over the field. You know what I'm saying? But they fighting, they smart, they done game plan, and the game started slow. And then the Avalanche came and they covered the spread and all of that, and it worked out, right? Mm-hmm. But I think that we can see some of the things that we've seen last year where we sputtered at.
Okay.
Yeah, some. I think we could see some of the same things the year before that with Tyler Van Dyke. This looks more like Tyler Van Dyke than Cam Ward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Carson Beck is anywhere near Tyler Van Dyke. So the question is, what's going on with the managing of our quarterbacks and the options that you're giving them and the windows. I mean the windows that they see. You know what I'm saying when they say height. You know, what's going on with the management of the quarterbacks? If you ask me, I see coaches every weekend get lesser quarterbacks ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
Every weekend. I keep talking about it. I talk to my members all the time about Lane Kiffin getting a 6-foot D2 kid ready to play in a week. And I know for a fact it was a week because I know for a fact it was a week. They changed the whole offense in a week. Yeah,
Simmons
got hurt. They tried it. They tried the D2 kid out there, and they went 5-0. I think they 7-1 now. 6-1 with a D2 kid, basically equivalent to bringing Tiger up. Tiger's back in Carson Beck. Carson Beck get hurt. We bring Tiger in the game, and we win. We 6-1 now. If you don't know who Tiger is, he's the kid at Western Carolina from Northwestern that's going crazy over there at Western Carolina at quarterback.
So it's funny you bring that up. So the kid you talking about is Trinidad Chambers, the quarterback of Ole Miss, who was backing up Austin Simmons. As a prospect, no stars, no rating. QB rating, NA, right? His status in Michigan, NA, right? As a transfer, he was a 3-star, the 60th best quarterback, 843rd best player overall as a transfer. That was his rating. Okay. And to your point, you see lesser talent. Here's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to put our fan base on notice a little bit. A lot of people talk about Fernando Mendoza, who went to Columbus High School, Mario Cristobal's alma mater. And coach, why we didn't take him? And yada, yada, yada. Okay. I'm going to just pose a quick question right quick, Street. He was the 53rd best quarterback and 116th and 116th in the state. Oh, I'm sorry. That was Judd Anderson. Mendoza was the 134th best quarterback and the 250th best player in the state of Florida.
I see what you did there.
You like what I did there?
I see what you did there.
So it's funny. Everybody like, Judd Anderson. Yeah, dang, yeah.
No.
And he literally is twice as, I don't say worse is not, but his ranking was twice. He's 134th best quarterback and 250th in the state. Judd Anderson was 53rd and 116th. We only connect the dots going backwards. We know what Fernando Mendoza was when we played him at Cal, but who was willing to take that chance on him coming out of high school? I'm saying all that to say the development of these guys, and here's what I'm going to say. People may not like this, but I don't care. I don't know, or if we do, who is our designated quarterback coach? And here's the funny thing. We have 30 coaches on our staff, Street.
Yeah.
I counted them on the website. We including all the analysts and all of the position coaches, including the head coach. It used to be 9 and 1 head coach. Now it's 29 and 1 head coach.
Yeah.
Do you think that's an issue? I think that's the problem. Because everybody you talking about is a designated quarterback guy.
I asked you on Twitter the other day. You didn't answer. I asked you on Twitter. I asked you, Uncle Luke, and I asked Rozier.
What you asked me, dog? My bad. I'm suck. You got to call me, dog. I suck.
Give me 3 good reasons why we don't have a quarterback coach.
Oh, damn. Missed that one. One is because we do, but it's a guy that I don't know. Maybe is it still that redhead dude that I always saw when Frank Ponce was here? Because you see the sideline more than I do.
It is still him. I don't know if I wouldn't call him the quarterback coach, like the quarterback assistants. I'm talking about.
Well, so when you go to practice, Who's talking to Beck? Who was talking to Cam? Who was talking? That's the quarterback coach. Who's the guy that's talking to him? Not just giving him the plays, but who's saying, hey, right here. Like when they talking, he's pointing. That means he's coaching and he's saying, like, hey, just throw it right here, make sure. Who's that guy?
Never paid attention to him. I can go back and look in the archives though, and we can show you. But I think it's still the redhead guy.
Right. When they come to the sideline street,
Mm-hmm.
who does Carson Beck talk to? Like when he sit on the bench like this, and they take that shot of him sitting like this, who's talking to him? Because we can watch college football across the country. When a quarterback comes off and sit on the sideline, there's somebody with an iPad like this.
A lot of times he's by himself. You know what? I'm gonna do research on that. A lot of times he's by himself. I remember TVD used to be by himself a lot. Cam Ward, it would be him and Dawson, but a lot of times he was by himself too. Him and a player, like maybe a receiver or two.
So there you go. I've always said that. And I text you the other day, or I think I text you, who else is in the, now this is not your quarterback question, but also who's in the booth for us? Because every coach that I know that's a position coach, and I made sure I paid attention this game, they were on the sideline.
Yeah, the ones, yeah, they're all right. So that's just some secret coaches that we know it probably GA's up there.
Or the analysts, some of the analysts are up there, definitely.
Yeah.
So to answer your question about the quarterback, I just assumed it was again. Matter of fact, was it 2 years ago we were trying to pull up the video of the redhead dude? Like we were sticking steel shots in the game. This guy the mystery man, bro.
We were trying to figure out who he was.
So he's him. But if you go on the website, I don't know if it has their pictures. Let me see if I go on the website.
I don't think his picture is there, man. It took us a long time to find that guy.
Staff directory. Here we go. Yeah, you click on the name. He may not be a senior analyst. And I know Juan Navarro. Let me see. I'm trying to figure if I can figure out who these people are. It ain't Todd Stroud. It ain't Juan.
I'm going to say, give me a list of Nick Saban. Give me a list of Nick Saban's quarterback coaches he had when he was at Alabama. Let's see.
They were the OCs.
Well, we know the OCs was goddamn head coaches.
Oh, it ain't Mike. Exactly. They were the quarterback coach. I guarantee Lane Kiffin talking to Chambers. It ain't Nate Crutchfield. Remember Crutch?
Bro. Here's a list of Nick Saban quarterback coaches. Major Applewhite.
Head coach.
Doug Nussmeier. Dan Enos.
Mm-hmm.
And Tommy Reese. Where's Doug Nussmeier now? Dan Enos became our OC.
Mm-hmm. It ain't Cody Orgeron. That's Ed Orgeron's son. The funny thing, how does this redhead dude been on two staffs and don't have a picture? This guy is a mystery man. We need him on the show immediately.
Doug Nussmeier. I know I'm saying his name wrong.
You
know where he is? Mm-hmm. You know where he is now?
Probably the OC at I don't know where.
New Orleans Saints.
That sounds about right.
That was Nick Saban's quarterback coach, people.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear Nick Saban's staff? Lane Kiffin, OC. Kirby Smart, DC. Mario Cristobal, O-line coach. Billy Napier, wide receiver coach. Mel Tucker, DB coach. And his GA was Dan Lanning. He's looking at your staff and saying, I don't believe you. You need more people. And I think when people look at us, I think when Jeff Brom looks at us, he says, Mario, I don't believe you. You need more people.
What do you mean, I don't believe you? What does that mean?
That's the famous Jay-Z quote. when he was like,
Oh,
I
that's
don't
rain. I
believe
thought
you.
somebody breaking in the
You need
house.
more, huh?
Mhm. I heard all this noise. I thought somebody breaking in. It's the rain. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't believe you. You need more people. Nick Saban has some gangsters around him that he's sitting in his coaching meetings with, right? Guys who've been head coaches. They seen this, they seen that. They respected here, they respected there. Jeff Brom is just a mind. They call him the giant killer. He's a hell of an offensive mind. People fear him. You know what I'm saying? He looks at our staff, and I think what he sees.
He said Google Monday quarterback coach.
What he sees is just not enough people. Not enough. Like, I don't believe you, Mario. You need more people on your staff. Like, I don't believe y'all. Watch this.
So hold on. When you're saying he doesn't believe you, you don't. There's definitely people on the staff. Everybody over there got a green polo on. You're talking about the kind of people. You're talking about the kind of people.
It's the Jay-Z saying, like, basically y'all are not strong enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all are not strong enough. Y'all are not wise enough. Y'all are not experienced enough. I remember Luke told us he went on a visit one time before we played Alabama. And when he took the kids in there to Alabama on a visit, they had their coaching staff next to, on a board next to our coaching staff. kind of like, look what we got, look who they got, look who we got, look who they got. He said that's when he realized we had a G5 staff.
It's a psychological. And you know what? I can see a coach. That's brilliant. Because as a coaching staff, when you in that meeting, look, you are this. This is who they got. You're going to tell me you're going to let that dude out coach you? I'm just saying the psychological, which keeps your guys going, which it was not monotonous. You're not just going through the motions. All right. That's brilliant, actually, as a coach. Damn, I wish I would have thought of that because I'd have did the same thing. Because even in high school, I'm like, look, they got a dude over here. He ain't even got a job. This dude over here been coaching 1 year. This is his first. Man, I wish I'd have doubted him. When did they practice? Took a picture, put it on the wall.
Yeah, and you said it made him realize. So I believe that's what people see when they see us. I think Mario has created a atmosphere where he's the big guy, he's the dictator, he's the big man in the room. Everything funnels through him and out of him. And there's not many people in the room that question him. And if it's like that, then you got to be the man. You got to, if you're going to be the smartest man in the room, then you got to be the man. You got to know when to call a timeout. You got to know when to change the defense. You got to be there. If you're going to make yourself the smartest one in the room, you got to be that.
LMV, go to bed. Your night is over. LMV said, and they beat us like we were a G5 school.
They did. It
LMV,
was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, though.
Say good night, LMV.
Shout out to my villains, man. I see Josh and Bird, man. Shout out to my
villains in there. 243 in the building, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
you was on the college staff before. I mean, that's what I see. Like, that's what I see. I see not enough experience, not enough, and not, you know what I'm saying, not trying to down anybody he got, you know, people giving people a shot and all of that. But you're talking about playing big time football. We were number 2 in the nation. You got to go see Kirk Signetti. Every game ain't gonna be motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Every game ain't gonna be goddamn South Florida and Billy Napier about to get. You're gonna have to eventually go see them guys.
So here's what I'll say to that, to answer that. What is this? Okay. Here's what I'll say to that. Big name is not always better. We literally have proven that in our first year. I'm not saying it's bad, but it doesn't always equate to better. We literally proved that our first year. We had to shout out to Warren King, the SEAL Team 6 of coaching. Right? That's what he called it, the SEAL Team 6 of coaching. All of these head coaches and so forth and so on in the building. But maybe the atmosphere wasn't conducive to what we needed.
Right.
Then you talked about Kirk Signetti. I'm looking on his staff. Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach. I don't see anybody outside of Mike Shanahan is a name that I know, and that's okay. But I'm talking about they're not a name that seems of up here, like you know what I mean. But here's what I do know: as coordinators, and I've always said this, Street, in regards to Mario's MO to how he hires. And I'll tell you that by even at FIU. I remember talking to some coaches that I leave them nameless, but talking to some coaches there. All the other position coaches are hired there, and then the coordinator comes in. We literally saw that happen even with that first year coach staff, right? Remember, Kevin Steele came last. Your boy Bros Award winner, Josh, what's his name? Gaddis came last. Look at the new hire staff. Name one person that Shannon Dawson brought with him that's on our staff. Name one person prior to that Lance Guidry brought that was part of the 9 position coaches.
What does that tell you?
Well, I want to form a pattern because what I'm gonna do is now there was a head coach, there was a position coach change in the coordinator with Heatherman. Who did Heatherman bring? Who did Heatherman bring?
I think maybe one person.
Who? And Lance Guidry brought the DB coach last year, but remember that was very late within.
Yeah,
needed somebody.
I don't think Heatherman brought anybody.
Okay. So again, I've always brought this up about the coaching. You got to have guys in which you trust, but Coach Cristobal has to feel that same trust because assistant coaches get you fired faster than anybody else, and that's the truth. They back talk you. They go talk to the AD. They can get nasty now. So I understand why Cristobal is like that, but you got to have some trust. And I'm making this comparison back to what you were saying about Nick Saban and his staff. You got to relinquish some of that trust. If not, you'll be handcuffed. Because now you're asking Shannon Dawson to come in and teach something to a bunch of new people and the kids. But now if you go look at Kurt Signetti, I guarantee if I click these names, he's got some people that, let me see, his defensive coordinator, Brian Haynes. Let's see his history. I guarantee he came along and they've been together for some time. Probably. Let me see. Yep. After building one of the nation's elite defenses at JMU. Okay. Let me go back. I ain't even got to read past that. Grant Kane, special teams coordinator, tight end coach. Kane joined Signetti at James Madison. All right. Let me go look at the coordinators. Well, so I'm saying all this to say there's a big difference. Mike Shanahan. Big 10 yard, That might be a guy that's off the cuff. But I'm saying all this to say you got to build that camaraderie. You have to put this thing together, Street. And you can't control everything. There's too many moving parts in a football program. There does have to become some trust. I mean, that's just what it is. But what's your thoughts on that?
I think trust is the problem. I think a lot of what we see is built on trust when it comes to the coaches and the players. I think trust is a big word within that program. I think that's how kids get on the field. I think that's how kids get time taken away from them.
I apologize. Mike Shanahan was at JMU also. Just didn't see it fast enough.
He was?
Yeah.
So they came together.
Brought the whole staff.
No, I think I think that word is somewhere on the board at that program, in that program. And I think that word is part of the problem. I mean, that's part of why we see what we see.
Yeah, I just because now everybody talking about firing, Shannon Dawson. And the funny thing how I look at the cycle is Lance Guidry's first year, oh my God, he was heaven sent. Second year, fire that dude. He sucks. Shannon Dawson first year, it was kind of rocky, right? His second year, oh my God, heaven sent. This year, get rid of that dude. He sucks. You know the common thread between that street?
What?
Players. When Shannon Dawson struggled at the beginning, he had Tyler Van Dyke. His second year, who did he have? Cam Ward. This year,
quarterback.
Lance Guidry, he had Cam and James back there at safety spot, right? His next year, you're only good as your players, dog. I want people to understand that. And now here's where the challenge becomes.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have very good players, Street, your coaching has to help bring those players up a notch. You're not going to get what you got out of the raw talent. You're never going to coach that, because you know how much non-coaching goes in, and you can't coach Peter Warrick to do what Peter Warrick did. There's no drills to do what Duke Johnson did. There's no drills for that. So you're never going to coach a guy to their level because they have a talent that's innate within them. But what you do is you get the role player to play up a notch.
So you're only as good as your players.
Of course. Go ahead, Nick Saban. That was 7-6. And then who did he go get? Julio Jones, Mark Ingram. He went and got some dogs.
How does Georgia Tech beat us 2 years in a row?
Because they have good players. They may not be high profile player, but they got good players. Hear what I'm saying? They got good. What I'm saying, they ain't gonna be on no. Haynes King ain't on no quarterback leaderboard, except for touchdowns run. Think about you're a quarterback and you're the second most leading rusher for touchdowns. So he's not a high. When I say high profile, I mean, you know what I mean. He ain't the gunslinger. He ain't Tommy Guns out there. But they also have what? Camaraderie. They brought back 11 starters. Haynes King, and then you got Jamal Haynes, the running back.
Yep. Anthony say open the line back up. He got to ask me a question.
Okay, all right, we will.
How does
anything is everything?
How does Syracuse beat us?
Kyle McCord.
If you're only as good as your players.
And their running back, Kyle McCord, and their running back. Go look at Syracuse today. They don't have Kyle McCord, and they don't have that number 9 at running back.
Well, they lost their starting quarterback. If you're only as good as your players, SMU don't have a chance this weekend, right? No. Hear what I'm about to tell you. Help me.
We may have better players, but what happens? He can notch them up by the way he helps them through the scheme. You see what I'm saying?
So it's not just the players.
No, it's not. But I could do that same scheme and give you poor little Timmy. I don't care how many damn rub routes you want to run. If he don't catch the ball or he can't get missing, it don't matter.
I see people, this stuff goes in cycles. I see people in the chat saying, oh, we lose one game. Now Mario don't have a good staff.
And unlocked.
I'm sorry, I was unlocking the conference.
I hear people in the chat like, oh, we lose one game. But what is this one person? This guy Rubens, Marcelo. He's just spamming the chat with all of the and then we lose one game and all of a sudden we don't have a good staff. Mario does everything. 2 weeks ago, we looked like the best team in college football. Top 3.
I disagree, but go ahead.
We look damn good, Hayes. We wasn't playing damn good. We looked damn good. But
this ain't a beauty pageant.
We couldn't play but we just couldn't put it together for 4 quarters because the fourth quarter, the end of the third, it would get weird.
And that's why I said I disagreed.
Mm-hmm.
Because we did that consistently. We didn't do that one game, right? We didn't do that. I don't know how much you've been watching, but I've been telling the people, I see a pattern forming.
Yeah, it sounds like what we talk about sound like what we talk about with the villains and the membership.
Well, right.
When I had a conversation with fans when you're undefeated.
1,000%.
So all you can do is be patient and you just watch it, right? And you hope for the best. You know what I'm saying? And then Jeff Brom rolled up in there.
Well, here's
And you
the
blink,
thing.
you down 14-0.
And here's what
Before
I'll say.
Carson, before the Carson Thanksgiving special started, before Carson started Oprah special, Thanksgiving special, you get a card, you get a pick. Before that started, we were down 14-0.
100%.
Right. So you think right. We see the tendencies, but it's hard to have those conversations when you're undefeated, you're number 2 in the nation, and it's like, and I'm looking at it like, man, we beat Florida State by 6 points. You know what I'm saying?
So
It didn't look
so
like
here's
that
what
we
I'll say.
dominated them.
Right,
Yeah, we kind of dominated them. Cal
so here's what
dominated us last year. And then what happened?
So here's what I'll say, Street, and I don't mean no disrespect to anybody, but you have to understand the conversations you're having and who you're having it with. If you're going into a conversation strictly talking football and you're talking to somebody that's fanned out, y'all will never see eye to eye. That's just like a dude come to me talking about quantum physics. I don't know why. I don't understand gravity, why the pencil fall down like that. He trying to say, well, E equal MC squared. And I'm like, man, the pencil just fell, bro. Then we'll never see eye to eye. So what you do is you say your piece, they say their piece, and you move on. I had to learn that on here because you can't teach people. If they're convinced that the earth is flat, I don't care what you're going to say, the earth is going to be flat.
Right.
Just that simple. So to the fans, you say your piece, whether they digest it or not, that's on them. If they don't, that's fine too. But you're never going to convince people until stuff like this happen. Because guess what their response is going to be? It's just one game.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I got a question. I got a question for the chat. If you got to see Pringle play last night, raise your hand in the chat. Raise your hand if you saw Pringle all his carries last night. He only got a few, but if you got to see the first one, and you got to see Hellcat play, raise your hand. Dang, Rocky took the words out of my mouth. He was typing it when I was asking it.
He on the line.
So if you saw Pringle play last night, you know what I'm saying? Quick kick, bounce stuff to the outside, look fast, look explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw Hellcat get a couple carries. I mean, you got to ask yourself, okay, why do we go to the portal? Okay, maybe we need another back. How did that guy came in and beat both of those guys out in a few months? And you see that guy on the field. You see him on the field. He came in and he beat those two guys who we recruited out in a couple of months. And he's a guy that we would have never recruited out of high school. Like,
You talking about Marty Brown.
Marty Brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, how do y'all explain that? I want the chat to explain it. Like, how do you explain it? Mm-hmm. First thing they're gonna say, well, can they pass block? That's the first thing they're gonna say, Hayes. Mm-hmm. We need a pass blocking coach too, because I'm sick of that being the goddamn excuse why dudes don't get on the field. Second thing they're gonna say is, can he run in between the tackles? Man, any running back from South Florida could run in between the goddamn tackles. If he get his helmet knocked off, he get his helmet knocked off. But if you play football in Florida, you can run in between the tackles. We ain't scared of that. You know what I'm saying? Look how big he is. Not scared of that. So in the chat, like, how do you explain that, Hayes? Like, how do you explain that guy beating out both of our 4-star guys, 3-star guys that we, you know what I'm saying, top in the nation? Well, we're not seeing those guys, and we're not seeing those guys at all.
Right. I'm gonna let the chat answer for a little bit while I read these donos. Muhammad, what's up, baby? 199. In my opinion, we are limited. We're getting feedback, Street.
See what we got going
on here. Oh, something on your side.
What we got going on?
Sound like you need to go. You got some static in your throat.
Hope I ain't dying on you.
No, you all the way out of there. I'm gonna mute you for a second because it's staticky. Real quick, Muhammad says, in my opinion, we are limited at quarterback skill set. Damn, Street, I think you stuck now, dog. Yeah, that boy out of there. Limited at the quarterback skill set. I don't know. I'm gonna need some more information on that, Muhammad. I'm gonna need some more information on that, Muhammad. I don't know how to really answer that. Second, Slug Bruce, we are weak at center. We are weak at center. I agree with that. I've said that. 199. Thank you. And anything, the phone line is open. Dub, as soon as he come back in, I'm gonna have him answer. You probably had to reset it or something. Also, my man, Norman in the building. Hi, coach. It's Norman from Hawaii. Aloha, gentlemen. Aloha, my brother. I love it, man. Appreciate you. Y'all clap it up for my man Norman. All the way from Hawaii. Much love, bro. Much love. Thank you for that. I'm waiting for y'all in the chat to kind of answer that question. Or Street try to come back in. I think he come back in now.
Well, I ain't realize we was in here that long, dog.
Yeah, we been rolling. Well, we only been here about 50 minutes. You came in right after 12 left. 12 was here for an hour, and then you came in right after that. So we only been here about 51 minutes, 52 minutes. I got Dub and I got Dub and Rocky on the line.
Dub and Rocky. Hold on.
You want me to answer that question out? Do you see anything in the chat?
Let me get myself together. Hold on.
Man, what the Street got to do? Hair and makeup?
What? Go ahead. I can hear you. What you say now?
No, the question is, what do you think? I'm sorry. I was trying to look for the chat. They would answer your question. I'll say this to answer your question.
Uh-huh.
I understand why they picked him up out the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Because body-wise, it's a long season. You're anticipating going a long way in the season, and you need some more guys that can take these hits over time. Second is, when you look at those other bodies, the Hellcat, the Pringles, they're not 220, 215, are they?
Nope.
So I understand that, especially in a tough running situation, tough running game, so forth and so on. I'm not mad that they picked him up. Now, I'm not even mad that he's starting over them. What I guess I'm upset about is the rotational piece of it. I can understand that. He's not a bad runner, dog. Like, to be honest with you, he's not a bad runner. But see, Jason said that's why we got Mark Fletcher for that. Guys, these guys are not robots. I think y'all got to understand these are human beings, bro. I want y'all to understand this. Without Marty Brown, Jordan Lyle is hurt. You got Mark Fletcher and who? I'm just asking a question. See, this is a perfect answer, Street. I get that. Jordan Lyle gets dinged up. There is no Marty Brown on our staff. I mean, on our roster. So now you got Mark Fletcher and who? Who are the two people you have? Mark Fletcher.
Uh-huh.
This is what I'm saying. You got Mark Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jason said that's why we got Mark Fletcher for that. I understand. But these are human beings. People get hurt. 300-pound bullets are flying around and falling. Things break, things get bent backwards. Without Marty Brown right now, you have Mark Fletcher. Jordan Lyle got hurt.
Uh-huh.
Who comes after that without a Marty Brown on the team?
Yeah, Mark Fletcher, Jordan Lyle.
You know, Jordan Lyle was hurt.
Hellcat.
How big is Hellcat?
He ain't that big.
Okay. Pringle, how big is he?
5'10", 180, 150, 185 maybe.
That's way different than 220. No, see, y'all go see, Jason, you know I love you, dog. Jordan Lyle is good now. But what about the first 5 games when he wasn't playing? Marty Brown took a lot of those loads, bro. He took a lot of that load off of a Mark Fletcher. That's what y'all missing. So I understand why they got a Marty Brown. But to answer your question, now he don't have to take all those carries and just those 2 playing. But I'm just saying that's why you get those bodies to answer that question.
How big? How? So. Let's see. How big is?
Rocky said he can explain it in 2 minutes, but I got to get Dub on here first because he wanted to go.
How big is Pringle? Let's see. Football. How big is Pringle? Let's see.
They got him at 190.
190.
5'10", 190.
How big is Hellcat?
I don't know. Look and see.
What you looking on?
I'm just looking at ESPN. They got him at 6 foot 180. Just
190, and Hellcat is 200 pounds now. So Hellcat 200, Jordan Lyle 205.
Okay.
Pringle 190, right?
Mark Fletcher 6'2", 225.
Indiana starting running backs. 6 foot 208. $5'10", 210. Then they got one other kid. They got 300 yards. He's 6 foot 207. So you saying they're not big enough?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying look at what you're trying to do. Look at the style of offense you're running. Go look at Indiana's offense. Look at our offense. I'm saying go look at it too. So Mario Cristobal knows what he wants to do. Think about that.
And that's what?
Go straight up, straight inside, as we've been seeing for the past, God blasted, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I'm not saying those guys are too small. I'm saying the body types. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're too small to play football by no stretch. You could definitely play at that level.
Michigan running backs, one's 210, one's 216. Justin Hayes is a beast. He got hurt, but he's almost close. He got 800 yards, average 7 yards a carry. He's 210, right? That's just a couple. That's a couple more muscle milk, dog. 5'11", 210.
Okay.
I went to go watch Michigan play, and the villains know this story because I was pissed when I came back. And I was like, man, I don't want to be Michigan. Michigan, that's boring football. I don't want to play like that. We're in South Florida, right? So I went to go watch Michigan play versus Nebraska. And Hayes, what I saw was
this year
that ran the ball with him this year.
Okay.
I saw a team that ran the ball in that game. They had 2 or 3 60-yard runs, explosive runs. And I realized that we didn't look like that. I thought they were the boring football, right? I realized we wasn't explosive like that.
I told y'all that from the beginning. You remember me saying,
wait a minute. Like I'm thinking, I don't want to be like Michigan. I don't want to be ground and pound, running the ball 20 times, straight times, and say, but they're explosive. And then I came back to us, and I got in the membership with my villains, and I was pissed. I was like, bro, listen. We're choosing to run thunder and thunder. You know what I'm saying? We got Mark Fletcher. But we have change-up guys.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we don't want to be that type of explosive.
That's a different conversation. So let me explain that real quick. That conversation is totally different. So for example, when I said I understand why they bring a Marty Brown in, because dudes get dinged up. For example, how big is Marty Brown? Do we know? Anybody know?
I got it all right here.
How big is Marty Brown?
5'11", 220. Mark Fletcher, 225, 6'2".
There you go. So from a weight perspective, you got a heavy guy for a heavy guy. Jordan Lyle and Pringle, 1-2, 1-2. Makes sense? If someone was to happen to Fletcher, I got a big body guy in Marty Brown. If something happens to Jordan Lyle, I got a guy similar size and probably more speed than Pringle for Jordan Lyle. But now to your point, they're not using the Pringle kid. They're not using
the Thunder and Thunder. They're using both of the big guys.
Right. So I'm with you. So when Jordan Lyle got dinged up, Pringle should have been the lightning to Mark Fletcher. If Mark Fletcher would have got dinged up, then Brown comes in and Lyle could be your lightning bolt or Pringle. So what I said is I understand why they got Brown, but I don't agree with how they're using them. That's the part all I was saying.
No, and Chris Whitley Humphrey, we already talked about Chris Whitley Humphrey. He's larger than they're choosing to play football like George Foreman in boxing. Like,
okay.
and it's just hard for me to believe that kid came in and beat those guys out. Like, what is he getting to the weight room before them? Like, he's staying longer. He gets to study hall faster. I'm just like, how, you know what I'm saying? I've watched the kid play for 5-6 games, and it's hard for me to believe that he's a better back than Pringle. But once again, we talk about this in the membership. They're doing what they want to do,
and it's their team. Mm-hmm. And that's the sad part. That's the part about it. We can all speculate. I mean, you definitely be on the ground more than me by far. But unfortunately, I'm not shocked because we see this in other aspects. We see this when it comes to tight end rotation. We see this when it comes to receiver rotation. Yeah. I don't necessarily see O-line per se, because usually the 5 you have plus 1 or 2 that may move. But when you see the skill set, there's 3 different positions. Coach Dawson said the coaches have complete autonomy to change them how they see fit. And all 3 of them had the same philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that tell you?
Hey.
Well, Rocky said you can answer. Let me get Dub City in.
One
Rocky
second. Ham 850 said we weren't saying none of this until the Dolphins lost. What the villains at in the chat? Listen.
That's not true.
Rant was way before we lost a game.
Listen.
I was confused way in the membership way before. I don't go like I'm getting back out here again because I've been focusing on the members and giving them a good quality stuff. But way before we lost the game, I had lost my mind.
Well, so again, these are things that I've said too, and I'll say this. Sometimes on this show, I've realized that's what I say in year 5, you get better than year 1. I used to hammer this mug, boy, year 1. Now, am I right, Street? You were like, God dang, but you just don't even like Mario. No, it wasn't I like him. I just give it. I tried this year to say, hey, this is what it is. But I told y'all, I see a pattern for me. Y'all remember my old analogy last year. There's a nail in the tire. So now that the nail done come out the tire, it's trying to tell you what's wrong with your engine. But so shout out to him. You say with a glass Street, they missed the glasses, dog. Bring back, hey, Lux with the gray hoodie, dog. Come on, man.
Dog, you don't know about that. Somebody just say, I don't know what I'm looking at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody say, I don't know what I'm looking at. Listen. Louisville came in here with a 5'9", 90-pound motherfucking running back from South Florida. I knew what I was looking at. They didn't have a 206. They didn't need a big back to punch us in our fucking face with a running game.
Don't
get me started. dog. Don't get me started. Listen, 5'9", 190 pounds. That boy ran all over our ass. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm looking at. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all looking at, because we had 2.7 yards a carry with our big backs.
I agree. We didn't do
So y'all
one
have
thing.
to ask yourself, what are y'all looking at? I think y'all need to figure it out.
See, the problem is, but here's the problem, though, Street. All running backs are not the same. All play calls are not the same. And that's where people are looking at the difference. I think if we have Isaac Brown on our team right now, he don't look like Isaac Brown of Louisville. Because we're not maximizing what Isaac Brown's strengths are. I'm just saying, we're not maximizing it. So therefore, guys can get kind of handcuffed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Jordan Lau could be a better version of Isaac
100%.
Brown. But for some reason we can't get. We saw a little flash of it last night. And we can't get him.
But to your point, dog, you go look at the breakdown of it all. I'm trying to find. I got all these doggone windows open.
Yeah, so all y'all caught up on this, y'all big backs in the long season, and we run the ball up the man. They came in here with a 5'9", 190-pound dog, and looked at our Rottweilers, was like, "Hey, man, we got the 35-pound pit bull. Go get them motherfuckers, man." You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all don't know what y'all looking at.
So here's the deal. In a blowout win, especially in the second quarter, Jordan Lau got 4 carries.
Yeah.
Mark Fletcher got 23 carries. And this is what I hate to say. I don't mind Mark Fletcher getting 23 carries, but he don't need him in this kind of game. This is where you get these guys rolling. Mark Fletcher don't need 23 carries in this particular game. Why is he taking a 23 carry pounding when, for what? It's Stanford. When we got a Jordan Lau who don't have that many miles on him this year because he was hurt. We feature him. Let Mark Fletcher heal a little bit. Yeah, he get in there, get his touches, get a touchdown.
I don't know.
I don't know. Man, let me get Dub on the line.
Get him on the line, bro.
Dub, talk to us, man. Dub.
Yo, what up, guys? What's going on?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, Street, I wanna ask you a couple questions, but first of all, I gotta say this first. I had text coach in the first half of the game, and I told coach, I said, go down there and put a foot in Dawson's tail because we can't, you know what I'm saying, we can't run the ball, right? So coach went down there and put his foot in his tail. Second half, we start running the ball better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's who we got running the ball. I think it's more of a stale play calling, right? And I'm about to show you what I'm talking about. If you watch Dawson offense for the last 2 years, Dawson don't try to trick people. He just do the same thing, and every time somebody do it, everybody already know what's coming if you actually watch the game. For instance, right? Anytime Malachi Toney go in motion, he's either going to throw the football or it's going to be an end around to Malachi Toney. It's no mix up, anything like that. Every time we got Fletcher in the backfield, guess what? The defense already know, hey, we about to run it, give Fletcher the ball. So it's not that he's not, I'm not going to say it's not that he's making bad calls when it comes to the plays. It's that the offense looked the same regardless of who back there.
Fair enough. That's a fair statement.
I've seen people, and I was against them at first, right? I've seen people say, well, we need to run off tackle. And I'm saying, well, why are we going to mix up anything if running inside working? But at the same time, anytime we run off tackle, if it's the same play, the defense already know what's coming. So it's like if we run off tackle, we ain't showing the defense. It ain't no motion. It ain't no nothing getting, you know what I'm saying, getting people out of the way, bringing people in. It's the same damn offense. Everybody know anytime we got a tight end in the game, that tight end is blocking. That tight end ain't too much really going out for a pass. Look at the stats. The stats tell you. Anytime we might have, just say for instance, what I'm just throwing this number out there. I don't know the real number. Anytime we have a tight end in the game, we running the ball probably 95% of the time. That's not saying, hey, the tight end shouldn't go out for a pass. It's Dawson is not trying to show anybody anything different like the other coaches are doing. His play calling is good, but a lot of times his play calling just don't work because he ain't showed teams different, different formations, and stuff like that. So that's mainly the problem versus who we got back there running the ball, or who we got catching the ball. We done had how many, and you can actually look this up besides this, but how many times have we had a tight end in the game that they done actually caught a pass versus how many plays they've been in the game, just running regular offense? It's more of him not showing people, okay, we got 15 plays out of this one package. It's like every one of our packages is the same package, regardless if he running or not. It's just like the same old screenplay that he keep throwing out there. Everybody knows it's a damn screen. We ain't got no linemen going out there to where the screen at or not. It's the same screenplay. We got a receiver out there blocking, may have two receivers out there blocking, right? But nobody is coming. You don't see no offensive linemen go out there like other teams actually do.
Yeah, we do.
Sometimes
it's just our centers going out there. We use our center to climb. And Brockmeyer's not strong.
Okay, yeah, coach. Yeah, coach. That was my next thing I was actually about to get to. Coach called it out of the air. Well, he didn't call it out of the blue. He called it out of the air and said our weakest link on the offensive line is that center. Now, I've watched that center plenty of times. Everybody else on the line doing the job, but the center is actually in the backfield. He's the only one that's in the backfield out of the whole offensive line. And I'm talking about it, they ain't doing no stunts, no doubles, no nothing. It's the nose guard, whoever they got in front of the center, pushing him back in the backfield. That's our weakest link when it comes to the offensive line.
They knew that.
Been seeing it, but ever since Coach that center is the weakest link. Gotcha. I was like, okay, yeah, you're right, because I went back and I actually looked, and I'm like, yeah, that center is always in the background. I don't know if it's his blocking technique or what.
He's not strong,
but he's not.
So real quick, hold up, Doug. Street want to say something to you. He's just not strong.
He's not strong. He's not strong. They knew that. The kids figured that out when he first got here. That he wasn't strong, and that what's happening to him was happening to him in practice. I don't know if they couldn't fix it. I don't know if it's too late to fix it. I don't know, but they said it in practice. The kids figured it out, and then y'all are saying it. I mean, so it's known.
So let me ask you a question. So my first question to you, Street, is so if we got a weak center, right? Mm-hmm. Is it a good idea to try to run between the tackles?
See, Doug, stop being logical, bro. So anyway, Doug, let me do this. I got to get Rocky on here because we got to close this down in a second.
I got you. I got you.
Nah, much love to you, though, Doug.
It seems like that's a bad start to run between the tackles. I would say.
I do want him to answer that question. If we got a weak center, is it logical to run through the tackle instead of doing some trick stuff with Malachi coming around the end? Even if Malachi even coming around the end,
I think that's what they want to do, and they forcing it. Hayes,
you know what I'm
Hayes,
saying?
you're a defensive coordinator. If you knew the team had a weak
All
center,
right.
what you doing?
All right, hold on. So I'll just say this, Doug. I appreciate it, Doug. We're gonna go. He's gonna answer this right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Much love. Good show, coach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. All right. So here's two things when your center's like this. I said this when it came to our gap scheme stuff, and also when it comes to your zone play. The center is usually one of the stronger dudes on your team. And he's usually one of the shorter guys, stocky, low center of gravity. Because remember, he got to snap the ball, get his hand back up, so forth. And that's why he always tries to get help from a guard. If your center has a problem, it eliminates a lot. Now, I'm about to really spill something.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't get back on the block when you're trying to pull that guard, he get dominated. You can't pull that guard. There's nobody else left. If you got a one technique right here, and shout out to Bird, he said, man, get on that whiteboard, coach. These folks need teaching. I'm doing the good, bad, and ugly. That's why I'm trying to get off of here so I can film it tonight, edit it up, and get it out in the morning. I'm trying my best. I literally got home 30 minutes before I got live. So that eliminates that. Here's the second thing. If you try to zone block this and you get all that penetration, it's a problem.
Okay.
Now you can double and work your way up, but I've seen these plays. Once that guard lets go and climb to the linebacker, he gets dominated.
Okay.
So now here's my question for you, Street, because you're a man of the street. Can I pose a question that you may ask in a media session?
Talk to me.
You ready?
Yeah.
Press the record button and listen to this. Hey, coach, knowing you being an offensive line coach, can you please tell us some of the benefits or the pros and cons of cut blocking? Because I've noticed a lot of teams have done it to us, but we don't do it.
And you want him to say what?
Whatever he wants to say. I can't make him say it. What I'm saying is give me the pros and cons of cut blocking, because that is his area of expertise as an O-line coach. And we notice that we don't do it at Miami, but we see a lot of other teams do it to us.
And the purpose of that question would be what?
To know why we don't do it, because we don't cut block. So that's why I want to know what's the pros of it, what's the cons of it. And then I see other teams that actually have done it, like Louisville did it to us. So what would make them do it to us, but we won't do it to them or other opponents? You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a reason Louisville did it to us.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, why don't we do it to other people? Because we don't. So that's why I want to know what's the good and bad about it. Like, okay, the upside is this, the downside is that. And then why don't we implement it? Because I see a lot of people doing it. And again, we're not here to hurt anybody, but we're saying that it's a tactic. It's a technique that has been used in college football, and it has a reason, because if it didn't work, people wouldn't do it.
Right. Is it that we think we could push everybody around that's beneath us?
Well, the difference is thinking and doing. Yeah, we can think that. And then when we get out there and we ain't doing that. And here's what I'll say. Some people we can. You don't have to cut everybody. But the dude that ain't that strong, guess what, Street?
Yeah.
He might need to pull out his action. Or here's a perfect example. Here's another reason why I asked. Carson Beck, at being 6'5", has a tendency of getting a lot of his balls deflected at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
We literally saw Louisville cut our guys so they could throw those same type of passes that got deflected. But Louisville has a Carson Beck has a tendency. He did it at Georgia when I did his highlight low light film live. A lot of his balls get deflected. So I guess my question is, that's why I say it gets hands down, man down, hands down. They can't bat the ball down. And if we're talking about this quick game stuff, we ain't talking about because you can't kick set, and then cut. You got to cut immediately at the line. But we know if it's on quick game on slants, middle route, get the hands down.
Right. Somebody else on the line?
Yeah, Rocky on there. He said he could explain about the quarterback situation.
The quarterback situation?
Yeah, remember you were talking to me about the quarterback? He said about 4 hours ago, he said he got 2 minutes. He need 2 minutes to explain. So, do you think that's a good question or not? Are you like, man, Coach, get out of here with that foolishness?
It's an all right question.
I thought I had some.
No, the point, you do have something. But to ask him that in a question, he may just give me the pros and cons of. He may just say what the pros and cons are.
And Coach, I have a follow-up question. So then why don't we do
So you got to figure out a way to make it something. You think we need the chop block?
Yes.
No, the center thing is not. Your eyes aren't fooling you.
I know.
That was discovered in practice. Whenever that kid got here, and for whatever reason, I mean, they felt that okay, man. Listen, he does this well. Let's ride with it.
Hey, yo, what's up, baby? Hey, Ray, somebody looking for you. Over 600K level, and we should be being light in the over having these weaknesses. Hold on. Over 600K, laugh out loud, and should have being light in the ass or having these weaknesses should have been seen by our O-line staff. I mean, I'll just say this.
They saw it.
Yeah. The only reason I'll say what I'm saying about the cutting is because, like I said, we get a lot of tip balls. Tip balls usually turn into interceptions because the ball is hanging in the air, so forth. And I just think it's a tactic. When you're losing, you got to win some kind of way. It's just what it is. I'm not trying to be dirty. It's in the rule game. I mean, it's in the rule book. You can do it. You know, that's how I look at it. But anyway, we got Rocky on the line. Let's get Rocky on here. Rocky, talk to us, man.
Street, man, you there?
What's good?
Thanks for letting me on, Coach. I appreciate it. Street, you there? Can you hear me?
You good? Real quick, I'm sorry. I meant to do this forever. Shout out to Bart for $5 on Cash App. He says, "Go Canes." Thank you, Bart. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Bart. Go ahead.
The question on the table, Street, was why don't we maximize our strengths or our talents by using Pringle or Huntley Wheatley more in the backfield and just running guys up the middle, right?
What was the question?
What was the question? The question you asked earlier when you first came on, because you were mentioning Huntley Wheatley and Pringle. You mentioned Pringle at the goal line and his strengths as a speedier back. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. The answer is because Mario only trusts certain folks. He plays favorites. The second part of the answer is because till his dying day at the University of Miami, Mario's going to want to feature the offensive line. He doesn't care if it's Mark Fletcher, Marty Brown, Jordan Lyle, or Santa Claus running the damn ball behind there, back there, getting the ball. It doesn't matter because the whole point of this whole exercise is to make sure that offensive line is doing what they're supposed to do. Now, in his thick skull of his, he believes that offensive line should be able to cream anybody that they put out in front of him on the field. That's what him and Mirabal think. That's what's in their skull. Now, that makes no sense to any of us sitting at home watching on TV, like me, you, Coach, the rest of them. There is simply no other explanation for it. Why? I give you one name, Jordan Lyle. How he has been used in the running scheme is absolutely criminal. Jordan Lyle is an off-tackle runner, outside zone runner. And they're trying to pound him just like they're trying to pound Fletcher and Marty Brown. So in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter who is in the backfield. Coach Hayes is absolutely right. If Isaac Brown was on our team, he wouldn't look like the Isaac Brown that you see on Louisville squad, because we wouldn't use him right. We will be pounding him behind the damn center's backside like we're doing everybody else. Like we see
And what-
and like we're doing at the
And
stadium.
Rocky, why you
First
say
half.
this? Rocky sound like he done broke some shit in his front room watching us play during the game.
He
But
done
why
drowned.
you
Oh,
say
listen,
Rocky say it again?
hold on, man. Rocky done drowned the goldfish before Street.
Why are
Yeah.
the villains in the chat, dog? Because they've heard this before. Doesn't Rocky sound like what I've tried my philosophy on what I'm saying that they're doing down there? Why, Rocky? Like, what's the reason? Why they don't care who's running the ball again? Say it again.
Because it's about featuring the offensive line. That's what it's about. How do you do that? You play rugby football. Just what they're doing right now. That's it. And and look, wait, it gets better. The strategy is to run everybody into the ground, and later in the game, you wear them down and you win the game. That's what they're going on offensively, scheme-wise, style-wise, with how they're running their offense from a run game standpoint. You know why, Street?
Can we
There's
win
nothing
that
else.
way, right?
Nothing else. What's
Can
that?
we win that way?
We got no choice. I mean, we'll find out. I don't think so. Not against the better teams. Yeah, we're going to run down Stanford. Sure. But what happens when we go up against Alabama in the playoff? What happens when we go against Georgia? We're going to run the ball into the middle 30 times against those fronts, and they're going to wear down. Is Mark Fletcher even going to make it to those playoff games by the time we get there?
Every time I see him, he's smiling, so I think he's healthy. You know what I'm saying? But he's. Rocky, I got a question. Rocky, how did you come to this conclusion?
Look, you're gonna laugh. I played football. I had the opportunity to play football 1AA in college. Okay, 1 year. We had an offensive lineman as our head coach. He reminds me so much of the philosophy there was you can win the game by pounding the rock no matter what else you did. I mean, he's a spitting image of what Mario was. You ask me how I come to that conclusion. When I watch our team play and I watch how we run our offense, particularly our run scheme, he reminds me of that coach back in my college days, my 1 year when I played. That's why. That's how I came to the conclusion. It's a spitting image of it. And I can just I hear in my head how that guy used to coach. And I just see what I see on the field and the way they're running their run scheme. It's about the offensive line and featuring his offensive line as an old offensive line. And yes.
The reason I asked you this, Rocky, is because the reason I asked you this.
Hold on, go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead, Street. I'm sorry. Sometimes the computer won't pick y'all up. Good.
Rocky, the reason I asked you this is because in my membership, right, with my villains, I have I've came up with a whole something I've never heard anybody say, but I've been telling them this for a long time that I think and kind of what you're saying is what I've been saying to them. And I came to the conclusion is that you watch people actions. What do we do well? Like what do we recruit well? Where do we put the money at? Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we trying to accomplish? Okay, we can't keep a Chris Johnson, we can't keep a Bashard, we can't get a JoJo on the field, but we got two big backs, big offensive line, and what we do is run the ball up the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch people actions, right? And then you got to come to the conclusion of, okay, well, why? Why? Who does this benefit? And I've explained it to my members numerous times. That's why I asked you, because I wanted you to explain it to them. For the people in the comment section that are slow, who thought I didn't understand what you were saying, I want you to explain how you got there.
So you
explained it already.
Right?
You explained it.
Offense from University of Maryland. I am not of the belief that Shannon Dawson has total control of the offense. I don't think he had it last year. I think Cam Ward made a lot of changes and was able to freelance and do what he wanted to do because he had that kind of power. Carson Beck's not that kind of quarterback. He doesn't do that, okay? But I've always thought that it's a brain trust at the University of Miami. You got Dawson, you got Cristobal, you got Mirabal. Those three guys. The reason I say that, Street, is because go back and look at the film of where Dawson was before. Houston, West Virginia. It was different. He had no other Devon at West Virginia, and they threw the ball over the yard. I mean, they were innovative. They were, he was a better OC there than what he is now here.
Rocky on
So,
fire.
you know,
Hey,
he
he cooking.
fired Dawson. It's all on Dawson. Blah 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 blah. I'm not sold on that. I'm not.
Hey,
Now,
he on fire, dog.
Oh.
He
I'm gonna let
cooking,
him
dog.
talk. Do your thing, Rocky. Do your thing.
so look, it's we all us fans see it, Street. We can when I'm sitting on my couch watching us play Stanford the other night, and especially the first half, and I'm seeing our formations and I'm calling the plays, and my stupid butt on the couch is 90% right on the calls that are coming based on our formations and our looks after watching the Canes all season. Street, that's bad. That's bad. Okay.
So Rocky, it's not. You don't have to guess, right? And all my villains in the chat, right? Y'all know exactly what he's saying. You don't have to guess. You don't have to guess, Rocky. Here recently, last week I was at UM at the press conference. Dawson is telling us who's calling the run plays. He recently has been telling us.
Yeah.
He looks to Mirabal, the run game coordinator, for the run plays. Like he's kind of dry snitching. Another day he called me Daryl. He called me by my first name. I thought he maybe wanted to go to lunch or something. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know he knew me.
I like that beard, Daryl.
It's like he's telling us, hey, listen, all that Malachi shit, that's me.
all that running stuff, that's on the other dude. Hey, he like this. Hey, number 12, that's me. Hey, the other dude, that's hey Street, he like this.
Yeah.
And he like Malachi in and around quarterback pass. That's me. 2.7 versus Louisville. I look over there. I talk to
No, hold up. No 4 interceptions? That's on him. That's on the other dude.
So you ain't got to guess, Rocky. And what you just said is true. Mirabal, Mario, Dennis, like they're the hierarchy. And they're the hierarchy. Everybody
Hold
else
up. Can I say something? Can I go back? Why are they the hierarchy?
Trust.
There you go. He been with them cats, and I understand trust. Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? You have to have it because this game dirty than listen, there's a lot of money at stake, bro. And it's legal money. So what I'm saying is this game dirtier than a dope game, Street. This dude, everybody's vowing to be that $8 million a year coach. Everybody's vowing to be that $2 million a year coordinator. Bro, you want to know the craziest thing in football? Take your behind in January to the AFCA conference. It's 10,000 coaches vowing for 100 spots.
Right.
And everybody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And everybody in your head, when you go to sleep, they're trying to take your spot, dog. But it's legal money. Where else do you make $8 million a year to coach a sport, like a game, I'm saying, right? Like what other CEO job were you making that kind of money or a thing? I'm not saying it's easy, but we're talking about from a bit, bro, this is tough. And everybody trying to chop your head. I got stories about coaches that became the next head coach at a program that somebody just fired today. Not necessarily about that coach, but that guy that became the coach was pillow talking to AD about that coach so he could become the coach for arguably the best college football team of all time. I'll leave it like that.
Nasty work. No.
So those three guys he trusts. And they know where the body's buried.
I mean, so listen, so which man, I have a whole philosophy I've broke down, dog. And but like all the coaches are going to get fired.
Fair.
You're going to get fired. unless you're Nick Saban or unless you're Oklahoma State coach, Dabo, you're gonna get fired.
His day coming.
So it's like somebody handing you.
Next.
It's like somebody handing you a team, a program. You know you're eventually going to get fired because winning the national championship is kind of like only one guy does that a year. Only a few programs in the last 20 years have won it. So that's like that's like
going for it.
Doing that, winning that shit. You might like that's like scratching the lottery. You know, winning the lottery. Shit, y'all see we haven't won the ACC. So winning, that's like scratching the lottery ticket to win a national championship, like Nick Saban did. He just kept hitting on the goddamn lottery ticket, $100. So if that isn't guaranteed, but what is guaranteed is you getting fired. While you're at your program, you got to make a name for yourself. And if it's not winning, Hayes, how do you do it?
How do you make a name for yourself? Well, you make a name for yourself through winning. You make your name through yourself through a lot of things. The same reason why Coach Cristobal got the job at Oregon. Same reason why he got the job at Miami. He made a name. He didn't win. Huh?
You brand yourself.
Yeah, he brand right. And what he did was
you create.
He was known as a no-nonsense, tough guy that could recruit the hell out of. Yeah, that's his brand, correct. And so that's what it is. And that's where he created his brand, right?
Right.
But now at the end of the day, you can still be no nonsense. At the end of the day, you got to win ball games. And
well, it's not it's no nonsense. We build it from the trenches. We're tough. We go get the O-line. That's where it all starts at. That's where you brand who you are. Because the odds of you winning the championship and the odds of you having to look for a next job as a Coach Hayes is not even fucking close. You're going to have to look for a next job. It's not even close.
1,000%. 1,000%.
But here's another thing. Explained is what I've been telling, and that's part of what I've been telling. You know what I'm saying? Remember, it's clear to me. We're doing what we want to do. Whether it's JoJo and the fake weed story, whether it's Jordan Loud and the mystery is like being hurt, whether it's Chris Johnson whether it's Bush, you know what I'm saying? Like no,
you create the narrative.
What we want to do.
Street. All you got to do is listen to the players when they come to the podium during the week about, how we got to execute. It's not about what we do. It's about execute. It's not about, it's about how we execute what we do. That's what they say. And that's it. And there's nothing else.
Well,
you think we're going to see anything new come these next 5 games from our offense? No, no chance.
Because they believe in they also believe in their system too, right? And I tell you this too, Street.
Right.
One of the hardest things to do, and I'll go back to Saban. He always said you adapt or you die. As much as I believe Nick Saban hates Lane Kiffin, I believe he hates that.
You think he hate him, dog?
No, seriously, I think he hates him because I think Nick Saban looks at Lane Kiffin as you're an entitled brat, right? You didn't work hard. You here because your dad and that kind of stuff, right? That's just my opinion. Then you talk trash. You off the cuff, blah blah blah. You arrogant, this, that, and the third. But what I will give Nick Saban credit for, as much as he hated that dude, he respected him as a coach, though. And he allowed, this is where stuff, trust and foresight is a little different. He allowed Lane Kiffin to come in and change the offense they have been running for years. Hard-nosed defense, ball control offense. Lane Kiffin comes in, they change the whole offense up. Now you bring in a guy like Tua, right? Remember you had McElroy. Man, I'm doing the ball control. There were a bunch of game managers.
Yeah.
You allow, like I said, I think he respects, and I know Lane Kiffin respects the hell out of Nick Saban. You want to know why? Go watch a Lane Kiffin interview and close your eyes and just listen. He's even starting to talk like this. You know how Nick Saban always talk with his hand? Lane Kiffin's talks with his hands now.
Right.
That's respect because you're starting to mimic
Lane
greatness.
Kiffin is wild, dog. Something he got to be on medication or something, dog. Did
No,
you see
but-
what he said to the player? Say to the player yesterday?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he thought he was going to beat us, and we did something right at the end of the
No,
yeah.
he said, man, this dude was on our sideline about 5
What he
times
said?
telling us how he was gonna kick us.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man.
But see, that's kind of stuff. But see, you'll see Nick Saban run out and his players doing, and he yelling like, y'all cut that out. Y'all cut that out. You know, like they're a different mentality. But like I was saying, Nick Saban respects Lane Kiffin's coaching acumen. And he allowed, think about it, Alabama was rolling now. They were rolling before he got there. And he allowed him to come in and bring in a different style of quarterback.
Yeah.
That would.
No, it's confidence. It's having confidence. Is being a leader and understanding.
And I hate to say this. I don't hate to say this. I don't think Nick Saban will ever admit this. I will hope somebody asks him. Maybe they have. Does he regret firing Lane Kiffin before the national championship? Remember, he fired him right before, and then Sarkisian took the game
Yeah,
over.
that's true.
Because that's why I know, bro, you gotta hate a dude that you can't let him coach one more game. Think about that. You going to the Natty, the top of Mount Everest, dog. What, like you just said, everybody trying to get to. Street, me and you about to make a $20 million deal. I hate your guts, dog. And right before we get there, bet off, I'm out.
According on what you did, dog.
But that's my point.
Mm-hmm.
Something had to be that bad where you dealt with this dude for 14 games, bro, or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I think that's one of the biggest regrets Nick Saban I think he would have. You couldn't deal with that dude for an hour. For 3 more hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what he said about that.
Bro, an hour on the
Would be
clock, an hour on the clock, on the play clock. Like, I can't do it. He gotta go.
Nick Saban and Mario, 2 different personalities.
Yes and no.
Well,
Yeah, I'll say yes and no. On the surface, yes.
Coach Hayes, I got a question.
Oh, I just want to answer that real quick. Right?
You know,
I just want to answer that. On the surface, yes, Street. Intention, I think, are different. The intentions are different, though.
Coach Hayes knows Nick Saban. Like, he through recruiting, you meet the coaches. You know what I'm saying? And you probably and when they talk to high school coaches, you probably meet the good side of him, right?
No. I don't give a shit. Nick Saban don't care because he's Nick Saban.
But you've told me the stories of him. You know what I'm saying? The joking. You know what I'm saying? Like being in.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna be an idiot all their life. But when it comes to football, like
Right.
literally, we went to a camp, Street. I'm just talking about how to, like, he has this thing, Saban thing. You run to every drill. Most coaches have it, right? We got off the plane. The GA took our luggage. We go straight to the indoor facility. The whistle blow. Bro, like what they say, like a Chinese fire drill, people running everywhere. We just started running. We didn't even know where to go. We just started running. Because that's the mentality, and he gonna rip your out. He don't care who you are. I seen him give a 9-year-old a business. Right? But his intent was, see, sometimes he'll talk to that person to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like you say, damn, he'll rip a 9-year-old. I know he'll rip me, and I'm trying to get a scholarship here. See what I'm saying? So the intent sometimes may be different.
Right.
On the surface, it look the same. Go ahead, Rocky.
I bet if you ask those guys privately, what's the best motivators for players to play their best, to get the most out of your players? Hate and fear. I bet if you ask Jimmy Johnson that, he'd say that. Hate and fear. To get the most out of your players.
I think respect is big though. I don't like the word fear when you're coaching. I don't think your players, this is my opinion. I know Jimmy Johnson may have said that. Here's what I believe. If your players respect you enough, they'll run through a wall. And I learned that from them dudes at the crib. Let me tell you something. A kid in Miami will run slap through a brick wall for you if he trusts you and respects you. And y'all have heard me say this before. If he don't have no respect for you, guess what? You got a pit bull on your hands that's untrained. Go watch Year of the Bull. There's nowhere in the world Torian Charles would have tried that coach the way he did if he respected. Wasn't it Horace Morris?
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in the world, Horace Morris could have said the same exact thing, and Torian Charles would have bowed down. But he didn't have respect for him. He didn't respect. Now, why that is, I don't know. That's just my outside looking in. Because I've seen so many coaches. I done seen some coaches say some ill stuff. I'm like, God dang, Cole. Like, that's a little far. Like, I push the envelope, but God dang, Cole. And that shorty stood there and take it on the chin. And I done seen some coaches say the mildest thing in the world. But I already know the players didn't have respect for him. And they take it to the 100th degree. Man, you tried me, man. Because they don't respect that coach.
Yeah.
It's no different than your daddy, your mama. You don't respect your daddy? You'll try. Man, shut up. I'll slap your old. What? Am I right, Street? You seen it? You been around?
Yeah, on Year of the Bull, you saw he went to take his respect back. That's when the coach realized he didn't respect him. He was like, all right, well, let's go ahead and do this like men.
And then when you saw Roland talk, what he did? Roland Smith got on this.
Yeah.
He straightened up. When you see Ice talk to him on the videos, what they do? So it's a little different, man. Oh, we got another caller here.
What about Shannon, Coach Hayes? Did they respect Shannon?
Shannon. I'm gonna say Shannon Sharp. I don't know.
I think
some did. I think some players did. Some looked at it a little different. I just think Randy Shannon was in a bad situation from a school perspective. He didn't have any,
he was.
He didn't have any backing. Remember, he wasn't their first pick. He wasn't their first pick. He didn't have a backing.
Is he talking about as a head coach or a DC?
Oh, you talking about head coach or DC? Head coach. And then I'll tell you this. It's no different. You heard the Hester story. I ain't spilling no news. Ain't no tea here. Hester said the story about Shannon Sharp. I mean about Randy Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That go to show you right there. Did he have respect for him?
No, not the way he was handling him.
Right.
No.
And see, the thing is, once you earn the kid's respect, you could do those type of things. Whether that kid agree or disagree, he'll respect the decision because he knows you got his best interest at heart. And I ain't saying you're going to always get the respect of every player that you come across, but that's the biggest part of coaching. You got to get them to earn that respect. And
you think Mario's still trying to filter through that?
I don't know, bro. I was just going to say this. You got to build that stuff. And then the second thing is these players have to know that you have their best interests at heart. You're not there to hurt them. You're not to put them in bad situations. But one of the biggest things I think a coach can do to lose respect is not follow through on your word.
Uh-oh.
I think that's one of the biggest things you can do as a coach to lose the respect of your players as fast as possible. It's like a parent. If you tell your child you're going to whoop their behind, you better whoop their behind, whether you want to or not. If you told her, when we get home, I'm going to whip your behind. And an hour or two later, you feeling good, you let it go, you just lost it because now they're expecting you didn't do it or they're going to try you. It's no different than these shorties. If I told you I'm gonna do something, I have to do it. If I tell you I'm not gonna do it, then don't do it. Don't make blanket statements. See, here's the biggest problem I always say with coaches. Shout out to my man, Coach Jack. I got favoritism for those who ball. That's what I used to tell my player. That's my favoritism. If you balling, I got favoritism. The last dude that made a play, he my favorite. See, that way, you say it kind of jokingly, but it's the truth. And you also, I used to have this line, if you treat them all like ish, they'll love you the same. What I'm saying is, of course, I've had players that I liked more than others. I had some players that if we were 16, we'd be in there fighting. They were just, personality-wise, we didn't click, nothing. They were terrible people, dog. But if you treat your best player just like you would treat that worst player, they'll respect it all the same, because kids, and even these players, even though they 20, 21, 22, they don't understand that yet. They don't understand, well, why is it that Cam Ward could do this and I can't do that? Because I was a bad boy too. You don't know I'm a bad boy because you ain't gave me a shot yet, coach. You gave him a shot. See, that's how their minds work, bro. This ain't the NFL.
That was something that was coming up. I mean, Coach, that was something that was coming up on the message board too after the first half of Stanford. Man, it was all kind of stuff coming out. Man, is there locker room problems?
Well, of course,
what's going on the sideline? I mean, all that was.
Well, I'm not going to get into a message board. What I'm going to tell you is, what I know, Street, and what I know, Rocky, and everybody in the chat, this ain't the NFL. Yeah, they getting paid. Whatever. Guess what? They also can make babies too, dog. That don't mean they grown men. All I can tell you is they mind. You gotta remember, everybody who has come here on this team was probably respectively the man on their high school team. They were. Yeah. You know what else I used to do, Street, on the
Some of them the man in their city.
And they're the man of their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Brock,
it's all speculation, dog. You could beat your head against the wall to the end of the day. You ain't gonna learn nothing.
Mario came in. Mario, look, I have you were talking about respect. I have respect for Mario because I believe he came into a bad situation with a roster that was messed up, that the other guy left behind.
I'll disagree.
And he's cleaned that up, and he's recruited us back to where our roster has some talent on it. Now, everybody wants to compare it to, Al Golden's D'Onofrio. Yeah, the run game may be his D'Onofrio. What kind of football team are we, Street? You asked that earlier. We're a team that has to play complementary football and execute to the 10th to 12th level, doing that the way we run our schemes to win a football game against a good team. Against a good, well-coached team. And if we don't execute to that 100th percentile of a level, then there's a chance we're going to falter. We saw that against Louisville. 4 turnovers. So,
all right, Rocky, I got one more on the line. I'm going to lock this thing.
The conference has been locked.
I got 7,800 on the line. So, Rocky, I appreciate it, bro.
Man, appreciate that call, bro. Hey, you need to clip that call. Rocky was on.
Hold on. Y'all talking over each other. Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead,
bro. Coach Hayes, one more thing. Got an assignment, man. Talk about pro football focus and snaps. Go back and look at the amount of snaps that talking about rotation and the off kilterness of the majority of snaps getting played to most of the players, and then match that up to what class they are. I bet you'll find out that 90% of those snaps getting the majority of the snaps is upperclassmen, because Street Mario don't trust freshmen to play. And that's why those kids ain't getting out there and getting their time. That's another opinion that I had to throw out.
Hey, Rocky's been in the basement, dog.
Oh, he been in the lab. I don't even have no pro football focus. Is that PFF?
I mean, I don't look. Yeah, PFF. Yeah, I mean, I don't really follow it. I just know that's where you asked where you could get your snap counts. That's where you can get. I
get mine from Kane's Insight. Shout out to D Money. I let him pay for the PFF. I'm like the strip club. I let you get a dance, and I just peek over there.
Old guys find their way on the field. 0
And look,
old guy,
look,
7
Brock
old guy,
Kamara,
87 old guy.
facing Bear fronts the past 2 weeks. Look at that in your film study, coach. They got
Yeah.
3 guys lined up over him on the majority of the game in Stanford. That's probably why he looked bad.
Got
But
you.
what do I know?
I got you, man.
Go Canes.
Yes, sir.
Yo, have a good night.
All right. Real quick, I want to say this before I bring 7,800 on. And that'll be the last call. And I got to get it. All right, y'all keep talking. Then y'all gonna be like, well, dang, coach, why you ain't put out the good, bad, and ugly? I'm talking to Rocky. No, I'm just teasing. Here's what I'm gonna say. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm getting old. Damn it, Streeter.
What's up?
It was right on the tip of my tongue, and I was just gonna say it. That's why I be having a pencil, but I don't have no paper to write stuff down. Oh, me and 12 was in the stadium. You know what that dude looked at me and said, bro?
What?
He did just like this. Bro, why is this so damn hard for us? Listen, he looked at me. He did just like this. He looked at me just like this, Street. Bro, why is it so damn hard for us? And turned right back around and kept watching the game. And back to what Rocky just said. Mario has recruited us out, the talent, the this, that, and the other. I kind of disagree with that. I think we have more talent, but I don't think it was the cover was bare. However, back to what you were saying, Kurt Signetti. Hell, even TCU with Sonny Dykes. Oh, not even close to the talent.
Kirstanetti brought some guys from
I know, but hear what I'm saying.
James Madison, though. He brought about 10 guys, 15 guys from James Madison. Was like, where we going? Power 5? All right. Get this shit popping.
Hey, y'all keep the same numbers. We're just changing the uniform colors. But here's what I'm going to say, though. I'm saying this to say, I just talked about talent. Even with all this talent, and I understand coaching, but I know as a coach, I've called plays that are probably wrong as hell, but my players got me out of it. And if I have more talent than the guy in which I'm facing, I should clearly win these battles. Back to this point. I remember I've said it before, calling 2 zone blitzes against Homestead. I forgot who the quarterback was. He went to Miami, ended up playing like DN or something, but he played at Homestead. I called a corner blitz on one side and a strong outside blitz on this side and said, we ain't going to cover the number 1 receiver. You know what my mindset was? That my guy's going to get there faster than that dude can realize the number 1 receiver ain't covered.
Okay.
Why? Because he's an athlete with the ball, not a quarterback.
Right.
See, that's how I was thinking. Because he could run away from the corner and then extend the play. But if you look and run away from the corner, it's a mousetrap coming right here. Now, What does he do? He ain't a quarterback. He gonna try to tuck and wiggle his way out of there, and we're gonna be on his behind. That was my mentality. Was that sound football? By no stretch of the imagination.
Did it work?
Hell yeah. Matter of fact, you know who the head coach was? The head coach at that time was Michael Barrow. Remember, he was head coaching at Homestead at one time. So I'm saying all this to say, when 12 said that to me, I'm like, damn, why is it this hard? We got top recruits. We got Mario Cristobal out recruiting. I don't even know where the hell Stanford is in a recruiting battle. And we can't even score. We can't even just mano push these dudes out the way to run the ball where we need to run the ball from a talent perspective. Like when Ken Ward said, hey, we coming right here. We should be able to do that just street, just on a talent perspective. That's like when Michael Jordan say, or Kobe. Remember when Kobe say, line that junk up, y'all move out the way?
It took a half. It eventually came to fruition.
Well, we wore them down. That's a difference. I'm talking about when you got in the ring like Mike Tyson. I take that towel off. These first 3 punches are going to give you hell on wheels, boy. You're going to rethink your life.
Yeah,
we beat them because we wore them down, not because. But that's my whole point. Is we eventually got there, but we shouldn't eventually get there. We should this kind of stuff right here, just from a talent on talent perspective. Forget coaching, just talent on talent. Because like I told you, Nick Saban, matter of fact, I met a dude that said at the game, shout out to him, I don't forgot his name. He said he is poor little Timmy. He said when he was in high school, he on the pregame show. He said he wore number 88 at cornerback. So he said he was poor little Timmy. So using him as an example, Street, Nick Saban can go out there and teach that dude Rip Liz match. They ain't got nothing to do with Julio Jones taking him to the woodshed.
Right.
That's my whole thing. But anyway, as I digress. Oh, he hung up. Dang, the caller hung up. My bad, 7,800. Yeah, I got to get ready to get up out of here, man. I got to get this video done. It's already 11:05. This video take like 3 hours, 4 hours, man.
All right, man. Let's get out of here, man.
Street, do your marshmallow back there make noise or something? Like if you touch it, do it go like hee hee? Like what it do?
Coach A's mama so fat. What? Coach A's mama so fat.
Hey, I know y'all guys were trying to call in. Mike, I saw your thing, man. I got to. If not, it's 11:05. I got it, man. By the time I do this, I ain't even eat yet, bro. I literally off the turnpike on the show because I love y'all that much. Amanda, what's up, baby? Some people say we need Lightfoot out there more. Be careful what you ask for, Jason. I've seen some Lightfoot plays I don't agree with, but I'm not knocking him, but I'll bring him up. Anyway, Street, let the people know what's up with you, man. I know you ain't been live lately, though. You say you finna get back in the YouTube streets?
Yeah, man. I'm going to jump back in these streets, man. I got my villains reset, my membership set, everything, got the furniture set up right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get back in these streets, man. But yeah, man, you want to become a villain and start a membership, just text me 786-405-9499. We're going to get off here. Them boys talk all night long about goddamn where JoJo at. JoJo got some snaps the other day.
I try not to even bring him up, dog.
He got some snaps the other day, dog. He got some snaps last night, dog.
Where JoJo at? How many catches did he have?
How many targets? I don't think he had a target.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all night long, man, they talking about that stuff. That's what they do, man. So if you want to be one, man, just hit me up, 786-405-9499. But yeah, man, I'm about to get back into YouTube streets, man. I got that all set up now, man. So now I can get back out here, man. Because it's a lot of crazy talking going on out here on YouTube, Hayes. It's a lot of
listen,
yeah,
bro.
It's a lot of
people come up and say a lot of stuff, but again, the Idle Mind is a devil workshop. Let me ask you a question. Since you follow a lot of these guys when they're young and they come around, how does one in today's world, in the social media world, combat the rumor mill? Dang, this man just went black. I don't know if he can hear me or not, so I'm asking him a question. Fans like this, boy, who need enemies, boy. Street, you ain't pay the light bill, bro? They done cut the lights off on my dog. See how the devil work? I'm gonna leave this up here for a second. He'll probably pop back on. I'll pose the question in the chat right quick. Give him a few seconds. If not, we're gonna dip. I was gonna say to Street that he knows a lot of these kids, parents, families, and stuff from a young age. And when you hear the rumor mill spinning with just crazy stories, stuff that's not even remotely true, just left field stuff. One, how does it affect the player? And I know it's easy for y'all to say, you ain't worried about that. No, whatever. Because y'all take that stuff as the gospel. Because everybody named mama, JoJo smoking weed. Because somebody put a tweet out. And the second question is, brought him back. I don't know what you heard, Street. You heard me?
How does one in the social media world what?
How does in the social media world, like I say, you know these kids, you know the families, you've been around them from a young age as they grew up. Man, okay, I can't do it no more. Street of God.
I'm here, dog. I'm right here, dog. I ain't with no. I'm right here, dog.
How does how
I
does
ain't going nowhere,
one
dog.
how does one manage this? For example, like I said, the JoJo situation. A tweet goes out or whatever, some speculation about he smoked weed and da 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 da. And the kid know, the family know, it's not even remotely true. It is way left field, but it catches fire. Second
How does
is,
one what?
I was going to say, because these people be like, well, I was going to ask you, well, how does that player feel about that, knowing that's not even the truth? And the reason I'm going to say, I'm going to beat the people to the point. Well, he got to toughen up. No, because y'all will take that and run with it. Because everybody in mama say JoJo smoking weed. The second thing is, how do you think Coach Cristobal or any coach across America helps combat these bullcrap stories about these players?
I think it's no different than your coach telling you, like listening to they always talk about news clippings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't listen to the news clippings. I think it's just louder now because of social media. It's no different than it's the outside, and they realize we're the inside. We're the only ones that count. What happens in here matters, right?
Mm-hmm.
The outside is just the noise, basically. These kids, I think, understand. They've grown up on social media now. They understand that social media is in a real place. They get it. They understand it. So they're growing up in it. They get it. I think you just gotta hammer home that only voice that matters is what happens here inside. Now their families who not getting that message, they're probably going crazy. They arguing with people on social media, you know what I'm saying? But in the inside, it's like these are the only voices that matter.
Okay.
The outside noise, you either gonna have to learn how to operate through it, or you ain't going nowhere anyway. If you can't get past that, you about to crash out anyway.
Okay. So then my next question is, for a coach like Mario Cristobal, you sit in these rooms, or maybe you hear other, I'm gonna just call it reporter media personalities, who's getting blasted because JoJo not playing. But he's never going to come out and say why, because it's not everybody's business why. Like, let's just take, for hypothetical, let's just say the weed story was true. Because this is what I brought up the other day. Let's just say, hypothetically, the weed story was true. And he's not playing. This is why I want to put in the fans' lap right quick. Y'all fans was mad at the previous coach because he was a player's coach. Now, let's say Mario Cristobal is holding him accountable for doing something illegal. But because we lost that game and he a big-time player, he should be playing, Mario can't coach. But you can't have your cake and eat it too as a player. I mean, as a fan. Y'all want Mario Cristobal because he's going to bring back structure. You literally heard Rocky say it tonight. He got rid of those guys, the culture bad. We changed the culture, brought in a new player, blah, blah, blah. Well, kids are kids. They're going to do some things. Again, I'm not saying he did. This is hypothetical. And let's say he is sitting JoJo. But he's not going to come in the press conference and say, yeah, JoJo's smoking weed. He's never going to do that. So I guess my question is, how does a coach navigate those waters when you are upholding being a disciplinarian in culture and so forth? But again, it ain't everybody's business why he's being disciplined. It's all hypothetical. I got to keep saying it because y'all are clipping and be like, oh, hey, I heard on Coach Hayes' show he was smoking weed and Mario sitting him out.
I mean, kind of like what happens in this house stays in this house. But he came out and said JoJo need to pick it up in practice. He felt that needed to be public.
Okay.
So how is he choosing what he wants to say public? Because I don't think he's ever been this. I think he comes to the podium and he looks tough and he's big guy and he has this bravado. But what happened if he was this disciplinarian? What happened last year with JoJo? I mean, with Jacoby George and Sam Brown and like.
And so back to my point, that trust factor street. That's what I was telling you. If you say you're gonna whoop they behind, you gotta whoop they behind. And
Right.
that's my thing. To us, it may look away. But to the ones inside the house, can I tell you real quick something? When I have parent-teacher conference, when I sit in on these meetings, you know the funniest thing I ever hear? Every parent in the world say they care about education. Coach, I don't play when it comes to my baby education. You know, I made some mistakes, but guess what, Coach? I don't play. And you know what I say? Ma'am, yes, you do. You want to know why? They've been failing since the 3rd grade. They're in the 8th grade right now. You're not serious.
Right.
What you're trying to do, ma'am, is convince me that you are a good parent. See, you're only going to see me for 30 minutes. You'll probably never see me again in life. But in the public, you're trying to convince the public that you're a good parent. But I can see past the bull crap and say, ma'am, he's been failing since the 3rd grade. You called in here in February talking about when he get his first report card. Man, they come out every 9 weeks. See, so maybe that's what we're getting. On the podium, I don't play. We're going to grind, work hard. But in the building, what's Sam Brown doing? What Jacoby George doing? See, the players start losing that trust factor for you.
Right.
That's why. I said all that to say it sounds good to us out here. Saying.
Facts.
But in the building, hold up. I just seen Ruben Bain come. He was 5 minutes late to a meeting. Why he ain't getting punted?
Time will tell, dog. Time will tell. I'm a patient dude, man. I learned that in IOD squad trading. Let's get up out of here, man.
Hey, Kohei say he mean the parent. Nah, I give it to him blood raw. Anyway, listen, we up out of here, street, man. Appreciate you, dog, always. Even though that boy y'all here big time me, man. Tell X stop dropping chicken wings at the doggone tailgate, man. He dropped about 5 chicken wings right now, man. Cool. I was ready. Man, what's this spell? He got a special sauce I like. But anyway, we'll get into that. Man, would always appreciate you, dog. We up out of here. Peace, love, and health. Yes, sir. Except when he on the field for 3 hours. He don't talk to me.
So tell mama played center in high school. She could take over for Brock Obama.
Yeah, my mama strong as hell. Footballville mama used to wash mouth. Never mind. We out of here. We about this joint, man. Y'all crazy. I ain't messing with y'all. Peace. Footballville mama nickname was Eclipse because she block out the sun. Y'all clap it up for me. Let's go, Canes.